Online game Hokage. The Return of Otsutsuki. Chapter 41. Kakuzu, who was the first to join Akatsuki in the Takanon village rebellious ninja, is strong, and is known as the undead duo with the cultist Hidan. Decades ago, as an elite of Takanon village, Kakuzu accepted a mission sent by the high level, actually assassinating first Hokage Senju Hashirama. Needless to say, Kakuzu was easily defeated by first Hokage Senju Hashirama, but escaped back to the village for some reason. But who knows, instead of being welcomed by the village, Kakuzu, who fled back to the village, was brutally treated for the crime and heavy punishment after the mission failed. With a very strong hatred, Kakuzu succeeded in breaking out of prison and stole the secret technique regarded as a treasure by the village, the grievance. Using ground grievances, Kakuzu slaughtered the upper class of Takanon village in one fell swoop, and even took away the hearts of these upper-class people, making Takanon village's strength plummet, and no longer have the strength to compete with the five great nations. Konoha won the strongest Nine Tails not only because of the powerful performance of Konoha, but also because only Konoha can control the terrifying power of Nine Tails. Is that to some extent, Takanon village has the strength or has a way to stop the mad tail beast, Seven Tails Chome. From this, it can be seen that Kakuzu, who can slaughter the upper layers of Takanon village, is extremely powerful. At this time, the Third Ninja War has not yet occurred. Although Akatsuki has been established, it has not yet been bewitched by Uchiha Obito. Nagato and Konan are still in confusion. Since the Akatsuki organization has not yet become the evil organization in the future, Kakuzu has not yet joined the Akatsuki organization at this time. Perhaps wandering in other places, it is more likely to accept missions from underground organizations to kill the rebels of other organizations or to assassinate important people in a certain village and country in order to earn money. You know, Kakuzu is a money-oriented person, and he will even serve as the treasurer of Akatsuki in the future, which shows how obsessed he is with money. However, these have nothing to do with Lilin. The purpose of his trip is Seven Tails, one of the 9 big-tailed beasts. In the original plot, Jinchuriki of Seven Tails Chome, a cute girl named Fu, was captured by Akatsuki early and lost her life. As for now, the girl named Fu is probably not born yet, or just born, and I don't know who the last Jinchuriki of the last Seven Tails Chome was. Among the 9 big-tailed beasts, except Seven Tails in the small village of Takian village, the other 8-tailed beasts are all in the 5 hidden villages, protected by countless ninjas and the shadows of their respective villages. With Yi Qing's strength at this time, although it can hardly shake the shadows of the 5 hidden villages, it is difficult to catch the tail beast under the protection of hundreds of millions of ninjas. Therefore, he can only start from Takian village, the weakest hidden village, capture 7 tails, use the power of the tail beast to increase his own strength, and then seek to seize the shinobi from the other 5 hidden villages. In the original plot, the first tail beast captured by Akatsuki is also Seven Tails Chome. Yi Qing felt the water vapor permeating the dense forest, and the figure of the whole person slowly rose again, flying towards the direction of Takian village. In midair, he stretched out his hand, several chakra pills appeared in his hand, and he swallowed it with his head up. Compared with the native Ninja N*PC in the Tiandao online game world, players have one of the biggest advantages. Endurance. As long as the amount of blood supplemented in the food intake of chakra medicine is enough, the player can continue to fight indefinitely, and it is difficult to be killed in seconds. For example, Yi Qing now, as long as the chakra pill in his hand is enough, he can drag the shadows of the 5 hidden villages to death in guerrilla warfare. With the entrance of these chakra pills, a warm current gushes out of Yi Qing's body, and it spreads all over the body very quickly, and the chakra volume returns to its peak state in a few seconds. It is very simple to capture Seven Tails Chome. As long as you make a gesture of destroying Takigakura village, the ninjas in the village will definitely release Seven Tails Jinchuriki. At that time, it was my best opportunity. At this time, Takigakura village was greatly reduced in strength due to Kakuzu. Apart from Seven Tails Jinchuriki, the cage-level characters, the most powerful ninja in the entire village, was just an elite Jonin. In terms of strength, Xingyan village is only between the uncle. Thinking of this in my heart, Yi Qing's momentum has slowly started to climb, drifting towards the Takian village. He didn't know the specific location of Takigakura, but it was obvious that the place with the most players was definitely the waterfall where Takigakura was located. Soon, following his actions, almost all the players around Takian village found him. Look! The man in the sky is Otsutsuki Yi Ching. It's really him. White clothes, white skin, jade eyes, and that aura, it's really Otsutsuki Yi Ching. How did Otsutsuki Yi Ching come here? This is Taki no Kuni. What's going on? Is he no longer in the Bear Country Star Hidden Village? Yi Ching husband, so handsome. Countless exclamations and shouts came from around Takian village. These players didn't even kill the blame, and all raised their heads to look at Yi Ching in the sky. What's more, some players climbed directly to the tree and looked at Otsutsuki Yi Ching in the sky enthusiastically, shouting loudly. At the same time, the news that Otsutsuki Yi Ching appeared in Takigakura also spread throughout the game world within a few seconds. Dragon City. What? Otsutsuki Yi Ching appeared in Takian village. How much is he now? Level 199. Don't let him rise to level 200 again. Summon all the Dragon City players around Takian village, this time you must kill him. There are also people from Tianluodi.com, they have agreed to shoot Otsutsuki Yi Ching. It seems that the people of Tianluodi.com can't help it. After all, they are a killer organization. As long as the price is enough, they can be invited to kill anyone. This time I heard that Senju Luo Tian, who is the second in the world ranking list, is ready to deal with Otsutsuki Yi Ching in order to complete the family mission. Senju Luotian. I heard that the bloodline of the Senju clan is inherited, and the strength is very strong. Yes, he has reached level 100. It seems that he wants to complete Genin's order-breaking mission. No matter what, this time my Dragon City and Tianluodawang are uniting, we must kill Otsutsuki Yi Ching. There is also the Black Dragon Club. Yi Ching's figure quickly floated to the waterfall where the players gathered the most, and saw that this waterfall was nearly 100 meters long, with steep walls on both sides, and a large amount of water falling from the sky, hitting the huge boulder below, splashing countless waves. Boom! Boom! There was a violent roar, and there was this loud noise in my ears. Apart from these, I couldn't hear any noise at all. Looking around, there is a mist of water floating above the huge waterfall, which is very illusory. Is this Takigakura village? A faint voice sounded. Yi Ching's eyes looked down, and countless players on the ground could only look at him with their heads up and their expressions full of excitement. They had already guessed what Yi Ching wanted to do. Not long after the world announcement of destroying Xingyan village, the figure of Otsutsuki Yi Ching appeared around Takian village again, and the purpose was already obvious. 7 tails is the first goal. As long as you can obtain the chakra of the 9 big tails, then this world is mine. As soon as the voice fell, Yi Ching's hands suddenly bent slightly, and he grabbed at the huge waterfall. Shen Luo Tianzheng. Boom! There was a burst of noise, but he saw a visible ripple suddenly gushing from his body, turning into a violent shock wave and rushing directly towards the huge waterfall. Rumble. Among the unbelievable gazes of countless players, Yi Ching only opened his hands, and was regarded as a dangerous waterfall by them. Rumble, rumbling. Loud noises continued to come, and after this shock wave broke the waterfall, the remaining power remained undiminished, and the cliffs and rocks supporting the waterfall were also blasted into tens of meters. The white mist rolled over the rocks and collapsed, and the smoke, dust and water mist merged together instantly, turning into a world of wonders. Boom! Due to the destruction of mountains and rocks, the water source of the river above the waterfall collapsed halfway, and a large amount of water splashed, directly turning the place where the waterfall originally stood, into a tumbling river. The river rolled and the current slammed, and the surrounding players couldn't dodge, and were directly submerged by the sudden flood, and screamed and rolled into the distance. Ah! What a big flood, run away. Fairy fights hurt mortals, we just want to take a look. Laozi really doesn't want to fight, so she wants to find a place with a good view to enjoy her life. Can this be killed by Otsutsuki Yi Ching? Will Takigakura's bear it? You haven't seen it until now. Trash hidden village, Xingyan village blocked for more than 10 minutes. Puff! This water is too big. Countless exclamations sounded from the ground, and almost all players were swept by the flood. At first glance, the water was full of players' heads, very embarrassed. But Yi Qing's mind was obviously not on these players. As this waterfall was destroyed, a wave of chakra hidden behind the mist suddenly came. Water-style water dragon bomb technique. Water-style great waterfall technique. Water-style water blade slash. Water-style water turbulence technique. Several roars sounded. I saw that the water that was originally turbulent and launched an endless impact suddenly became more violent. Dozens of water dragons, water bombs and blades surged from the river, rushing towards Yi Qing frantically. At a glance, it seemed as if this huge river on the ground bounced directly, and the world was full of violent currents, and I wanted to use this mighty power to directly strangle Yi Qing. The ninja of Takigakura finally made a move at this time. The ninjas of Takigakure village are located on the seashore and often fight against Iwagakure ninjas, so most ninjas are good at using water style and earth style. And now, if you want to attack Yi Qing floating in the sky, water style ninjutsu is undoubtedly the best way. Unfortunately, they met Yi Qing. Using ninjutsu. Yi Qing's eyes condensed, and said faintly, "Is it not fast enough to die?" Before he finished his words, he saw him slowly stretch out his right hand, and the scarlet rinnegan on the palm of his right hand suddenly emitted a strange light. Ninjutsu absorption. Om. A weird wave of sound came, and I saw dozens of water-style ninjutsu almost covering the world. Suddenly, as if he had found a catharsis, it rushed directly towards Yi Qing's right hand. Puff 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 puff. Boom 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 boom. There was a chaotic sound, and I saw these waters collide and roll in midair, splashing countless water. But their fate is the same, they are all absorbed by Rinnegan on Yi Qing's right hand. Who dared to attack my Takiguru village? My ninjutsu. What happened? What kind of ninjutsu is this? It can absorb other people's ninjutsu. All our ninjutsu has been absorbed by him. Ninjutsu is not valid for him. Use physical skills. Get close to the enemy quickly and attack. Hurry up and send someone to report to Lord Long Ying. Several exclamations sounded from the ground, and dozens of ninjas wearing the same ninja costumes suddenly appeared on the surface of the water below, all looking at Yi Qing in the sky in horror. Following the orders of the first few people, except for the two who returned to Takian village, the rest of the people showed their figures one after another and killed them towards Yi Qing. It is a pity that Yi Qing's figure floats a little high, and the attack range of ninjutsu can't reach that height, so he can only use Shuriken Kuma to harass Yi Qing. Looking at these ant-like Takigakura ninjas, Yi Qing had no emotion in his eyes. After all, the ninjutsu was absorbed by the right-handed chakra. His left hand, which had been prepared for a long time, waved down again. Water-style ninjutsu. Give it back to you. Ninjutsu is reversed. Om. There was another weird buzzing sound, and his left-hand Rinnegan once again emitted a scarlet light, and countless violent currents unexpectedly rushed out of the air following his movements. The water dragon bomb, which was originally only 3 feet thick and 3 feet long, turned into a strange python that was 3 feet thick and 10 feet long, shaking its head and tail and rushing towards the ninja of Takigakura village on the ground. In addition, more ninjutsu has been increased by at least 10 times and almost turned into a flood of water, and it was smashed. At a glance, the sky and the earth are full of clouds made up of water, almost covering the entire sky and the earth. Boom. Boom. Finally, the current between the world and the earth still collided with the earth, and there was a burst of violent roar. Withdraw quickly. On the ground, Jonin in Takigakura suddenly raised his head, looked at the water smashed down from the sky in horror, and called out in shock. Boom. 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 Puff. There was a burst of weird noises, and I saw the Takiyuki village ninja who was still attacking Yi Qing. All of them turned their heads in fright and ran away in the current that covered the sky and covered the sun. But how could their speed be comparable to the speed of Jonin technique falling from the sky, the violent currents of water descending from the sky, directly crushing them with infinite force? In just a few seconds, the ninjas of Takian village who were originally standing on the water were all crushed into meat sauce by this violent current. At first glance, the earth, which was originally covered with white waves, rose from time to time with 1 or 2 blood-colored waves, and then bloomed like plum blossoms, which looked very coquettish. Ding dong, the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing killed Jonin LV 400 in Takian village and gained 100,000 experience points. Ding dong, the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing killed Jonin LV 400 in Takian village and gained 100,000 experience points. Ding dong, the player Otsutsuki Yi Ching killed Jonin LV 400 in Takian village and gained 100,000 experience points. Ding dong, congratulations on breakthrough. Level 200. Ding dong, congratulations to the player. Otsutsuki Yi Ching has been upgraded to level 20, and the Chunin Advanced quest is activated. Chunin Advanced task. After the player reaches level 200, this task can be activated. After completing this task, the player can advance to become Chunin. Task details. Players in the major hidden villages they belong to must go to the major hidden villages to perform the Chunin Advanced Assessment task. Neutral players need to kill a local Chunin *PC by themselves, and after completion, they can pass the Chunin Advanced task. Ding dong, Otsutsuki Yi Ching who detected the player has killed 362 Chunin in the Star Hidden Village, and Chunin's Advanced Assessment task is automatically completed. Ding dong, congratulations on breakthrough. Level 202. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Ching for completing the Chunin Advanced Assessment task for the first time and earning 1 million taels of money. Ding dong, it was detected that the player Otsutsuki Yi Ching killed a total of 362 Chunin when completing the Chunin Advanced Assessment task. The difficulty of the task was evaluated as S grade, and he will receive an S grade reward. Ding dong, congratulations to player Otsutsuki Yi Ching for obtaining S rank ninjutsu, Planetary Devastation. Planetary Devastation LV1 Rinnegan's unique ability. Players need to obtain Rinnegan to learn. After casting, the chakra is highly condensed into a black sphere. After the sphere automatically floats into the air, it will attract all the surrounding objects in a large range, and use the attracted rock to create a huge sphere to seal the target inside, making it lose its mobility. Ding dong, the first time a player was detected. Otsutsuki Yi Ching completed the Chunin Advanced Assessment task for the first time, becoming the first Chunin, and was given a special title, Guantun Nindo. Guan Ninjutsu, special title, all stats plus 100 when equipped, gain 100% speed bonus when learning ninjutsu, casting ninjutsu and practicing ninjutsu proficiency. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Ching for the first time he advanced to Chunin, and gained 1 million merit points. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Ching successfully advanced to Chunin, automatically unlocking his own bloodline skill, Time Freeze. A series of system prompts sounded in his ears, but they did not affect Yi Ching's mind in the slightest. As a player in the neutral camp, in addition to Genin's advanced assessment task, he needs to go to other hidden villages for assessment. In fact, it also gives players in the neutral camp a chance to join a large hidden village. More than 90% of the neutral camp players will join the other hidden village camps during Genin's advanced assessment task. The reason is simple. Players in the neutral camp have very few ways to increase their strength. If they want to learn ninjutsu, they must kill humanoid monsters and drop ninjutsu scrolls. However, the humanoid monster that can drop the scroll of ninjutsu is Genin at the least, and it is not the existence that players can contend at this stage. The players who belong to other hidden villages are different. After completing the Genin advanced assessment tasks of their respective camps, they will obtain the common skills of each hidden village. In addition, you can use money and merit to buy basic ninjutsu, and then find ways to improve its proficiency. However, these restrictions are not a problem at all for Yi Ching. He chose the Otsutsuki clan, and the sky is full of powerful power. Not only does he crush players of the same level, but also native ninjas, but he is also not his opponent at all. The first kill of all monster boss native ninjas will be his Yi Ching's honor. All high-level ninjutsu ninja beast ninjas are in his pocket. Boom. Loud noises continued to come, and the water falling from the sky rolled up waves after waves on the ground, rushing towards the shore frantically. At this time, the entire ground of Takigakura almost seemed to have been hit by a flood. Not only the players, but even the Takigakura ninja who came out to the rescue was swept away by the violent flood, and didn't know where he rushed. Although ninjas can stand on the surface of the water with the help of chakra's power, the water flow from the sky and the violent floods carrying the weight of gravity is not what they can compete with. Earth-style earth formation wall. Suddenly, a majestic voice sounded, and a huge wall more than 30 meters high suddenly surged in front of the flood, which directly connected the cliffs on both sides and blocked the flood. Boom. The violent flood continuously hitting the earth wall and cliffs and set off a lot of waves. Under the impact of the flood, cracks appeared in the earth wall, which was precarious. The figure on the dirt wall was obviously anxious, and the earth-style wall was used again. Together with two huge earth walls surged, it finally resisted this violent flood in the village of Takino, outside. Who are you? Only then did the figure on the dirt wall have time to look up and glared at Yi Qing and ask. Beside him, there are several ninjas who survived the disaster, all surrounded by him. My Takigakura village seems to have never offended you. Why did you attack my Takigakura village? Who are you? Yi Qing's eyes are a little strange. These people in front of them actually have the strength to resist the flow of the sky. Is it Seven Tails Jinchuriki? I am the third generation Takikage Satoshi of Takigakura village. What is your purpose in coming to my Takigakura village? The headed middle-aged man had a very ugly face, but he managed to resist his anger and shouted at Yi Qing. The man in white Byakugan in front of him is very strong, and their Takigakura village is not an opponent at all. Unless third generation Takikage Clover. Never heard of it. Yi Qing said lightly. In the entire original plot, the strength of Takigakura was infinitely weakened, and the most famous villages were Kakuzu and Seven Tails Jinchuriki. In this world of Tendo online games, a third-generation Takikage actually appeared in Takigakura village, although the strength seems to be only about the elite Jonin. However, Yi Qing is not concerned about this matter, and said. Hand over Seven Tails Jinchuriki, I can. Seven Tails Jinchuriki. Don't think about it. Before Yi Qing's voice fell, Mew directly rejected him. You know, Seven Tails is the last weapon in their village, you can't give it up at will. If that's the case, then go to death. World announcement. World announcement. Congratulations to player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for passing the Chunin Advanced Assessment task for the first time, and successfully advanced to Chunin. Award money 1 million taels. Get S-level rewards. World announcement. World announcement. Congratulations to player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for passing the Chunin Advanced Assessment task for the first time. World announcement. World announcement. Congratulations to player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for passing the Chunin Advanced Assessment task for the first time. Chunin. What's the matter? Laozi is still 10 levels short of level 100, so Otsutsuki Yi Qing has become Chunin. Isn't it possible? Except for Otsutsuki Yi Qing, the highest level is Senju Luo Tian. He is only level 100, and he has not even passed the Genin Advanced Assessment task. What is the origin of this Otsutsuki Yi Qing, almost dominates all world announcements. After completing the Chunin Advanced Assessment task so quickly, the level is actually 202, this guy will destroy another hidden village, right? Big news. Big news. Otsutsuki Yi Qing appeared in Takian village and has killed hundreds of Jonin. Takiguide village. My fool. Didn't this guy destroy Xingyan village just a few days ago? Now it's Takiguide village's turn again. The information is accurate. It's true. Otsutsuki Yi Qing summoned countless floods and flooded the entire Takian village. This guy is going to hang up, want to destroy 2 hidden villages in a row. Listen to Otsutsuki Yi Qing, his target is the tail beast of Takian village. What is the tail beast? Tailed beast. Haven't heard of it, this kind of thing has long been hidden by the big guys of the major forces. I'm going. Look at the ranking list, Otsutsuki Yi Qing actually has 202. Level 202. Really? Just as the world announcement rang through the ears of all the players, some players who were rushing towards the Takigakura village heard a burst of noise. This is the 2 major forces of Dragon City and Wushuang City once again gathered to siege Otsutsuki Yi Qing's team. After several days of intensive upgrades, these players have reached the lowest level of 80. In addition, their initial ninjutsu proficiency has also reached LV6 or higher, and their equipment has also been changed. In terms of strength, it is much stronger than it was on the first day. In addition to the players from Dragon City and Wushuang City, there are dozens of figures in black in the team. These players are generally above level 95, and even the headed figures are level 100. As long as the headed figure completes the Genin Breakthrough Assessment task, he can become Genin, a true ninja. Otsutsuki Yi Qing broke through again, and Chunin passed the task of breaking through the order, he was already level 202. The leading Dragon City player suddenly stopped and said angrily. Wushwang Qingcheng's expression on the side was also ugly. He tightly held the samurai sword in his hand and said, "What to do? We are going to sneak attack on Otsutsuki Yi Qing during the battle between him and the native N*PC of Takian village. Now that he has broken through to Chunin, his strength must have increased a lot. Keep going." A cold voice came, and Senju Luo Tian slowly walked out, looking at the floating mist of Takian village in the distance, and said faintly, "No matter how strong Otsutsuki Yi Qing is, we are killers." Hum hum. There was also a disdainful smile from the men behind Senju Luo Tian, looking at the players in Dragon City and Wushwang City, one after another said. "It's just a second-generation ancestor who has gotten a chance, and in terms of real strength, how can we be our opponent? He, you ordinary people may not know, just give us a chance to shoot, even if it is the shadow of this world, it will be killed for you. A teenage boy, no matter how strong he is, it is nothing more than a game. Just give our boss a chance. Otsutsuki Yi Qing, sure to die." In the other direction, the people of the Black Dragon Association quickly pushed towards the square of Takigakura. As the players' levels increase, especially these big forces, who have a large amount of intelligence and material lyric money, they will soon be able to pull up a large group of forces in this world. Ha ha ha, I didn't expect that we completed a hidden mission and could touch the underground world of Hokage Ninja World. In the underground world, as long as you have money, you can hire rebels from various countries and major hidden villages to kill any target. Unfortunately, we still don't have free B-level permissions. Even at double the price, we can only hire Jonin-level traders. Huh. Jonin level is enough. That's 100 million taels of money. 10 Jonin-level traders are hired, enough to kill Otsutsuki Yi Qing. Unfortunately, the highest ninjutsu items sold on the market are only D-level. If there are B-level or A-level and above ninjutsu items, we will get them no matter how much it costs. Hokage's wanted for Otsutsuki Yi Qing is still within a limited period. As long as we can kill Otsutsuki Yi Qing, we will definitely get the S-level reward. This time, I must kill Otsutsuki Yi Qing. Takigakure village is not far from the land of the land. There is an Iwagakure ninja stationed on the border. We have sent people to attack Iwagakure and blame the attack on the ninjas in Takigakure. At that time, Iwagakure will definitely attack Iwagakure. Once Iwagakure's ninja and Otsutsuki Yi Qing meet, they will definitely fight. Ha 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 ha, the war between the two countries, Otsutsuki Yi Qing can never run away. With a loud roar of excitement, the few people headed by the Black Dragon Club became more excited, and the speed of the entire team was a little faster. At the same time, outside Takian village, Otsutsuki Yi Qing's figure suddenly flashed, rushing directly towards Takikage and others on the ground. Protect Takikage. Protect Takikage-sama. Kill. Several figures behind Takikage roared together, took out the ninja bag from the ninja bag, and rushed towards Yi Qing. Since ninjutsu attacks can't work, you can only use physical skills. Looking at these ninjas in Takigakura, Yi Qing slowly shook his head, and said lightly. It's useless, no matter how hard the ants struggle, they can't escape the elephant's trampling. As soon as the voice fell, Yi Qing stretched out his hand and waved, and several black iron rods suddenly appeared in the air, passing through the bodies of these ninjas in Takigakura village at lightning speed. Puff, puff, puff puff. In midair, several blood blossoms scattered all over. A few ninjas from Takian village were still in midair, and the black rod summoned by Yi Qing passed through them, and the dead could no longer die. However, there are still 2 people who stepped on the corpse of their companions, and they still killed Yi Qing. Universal pull. Looking at the 2 ninjas that had already vacated, Yi Qing just opened his hands, and immediately there was a fierce attraction gushing from the palm of his hand, sucking towards him. What? 2 exclamations sounded, and the ninjas of the 2 Takian villages quickly lost their balance, and their bodies flew directly towards Yi Qing. Yi Qing grabbed the neck in midair. Let go of my companion. The 3rd generation Takikage underneath saw that his subordinates were easily beheaded by Yi Qing, and a trace of fear rose in his heart, but he roared and immediately performed ninjutsu. He didn't make a move when he attacked Yi Qing in the first wave of Takian village, so he didn't know that Yi Qing had the weird ability to increase the ninjutsu and counterattack back. Water-style water flow whip. With a soft drink, a whip made up of water suddenly appeared on Mu's right hand, and he threw it directly at Yi Qing's neck, intending to surround Wei and save Zhao and save the two companions who had fallen in Yi Qing's hands. Want the two of them? Give it back to you. Crack. Crack. Two crisp fractures sounded. Yi Qing just squeezed his hands lightly, and the two Takigakura ninjas who were grabbed by his neck, their heads crooked, and there was no sound. A large amount of chakra rushed into his body along his hands, and slowly formed two chakra pills with a faint blood-colored light. The system prompt for killing Jonan to get the experience reward hadn't finished yet. Yi Qing just retreated slightly, and avoided the whip in the hands of third-generation Mutakikage. While the current whip passed in front of him, Yi Qing grabbed it with his right hand, and grabbed the current whip into his hand. What? I can hold ninjutsu in my hands. Third-generation Mutaki Ying's exclamation has not yet fallen, but Yi Qing's right hand grasping his water whip suddenly emits strange waves. The water whip that was originally left in his hand in the other direction was directly affected by it. The weird suction is taken away. What kind of ability is this? Is it a special blood succession boundary? Mu's face changed drastically, and he immediately regretted it. He knew that the enemy in front of him was so powerful, and it was time for Jinchuriki to take action. However, before he could react, he saw that the water whip had been completely sucked in by Yi Qing's right hand. Immediately, Yi Qing flicked his left hand slightly, and a current whip that was 10 times thicker than the previous one, like a raging river, gushed out of his left hand. With a shock, he rushed to Mu's side. All of a sudden, the whole figure of Mu was trapped in it. The left hand moved slightly, and the third generation looked at Takikage. The middle-aged man with the highest status in the whole Takian village was lifted by the huge current and dragged directly to Yi Qing's side. And Yi Qing's figure also slowly fell down, looking at the third generation Takikage who was constantly struggling in the water, and asked faintly. Come on, where is Seven Tails Jinchuriki? Speak out, I can consider letting you die. Cough 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 cough. The third-generation Megakage Satoshi, who was wrapped in the surging water, had a purple complexion and was struggling frantically in the water. When Yi Qing heard the thought of wanting to spare his life in Yi Qing's tone, he flushed immediately, struggling to stretch his head out of the water, and shouted intermittently. Seven Tails Jinchuriki, here. Boom. Before third-generation Takikage's words fell, there was a sudden violent roar from where they were standing. A humanoid monster with a black and red chakra breath surging all over, rushed out of the ground and rolled up. Countless rocks. At the moment, Yi Qing's figure just followed the impact with a single tap, and the whole figure rushed up. Together with the third-generation Mutaki and Clover, the three people actually flew into the sky at the same time. Yi Qing looked down and saw a humanoid monster rushing out of the ground, with 3 teams of wings flashing on his back and a winding tail behind his butt. At this time, Seven Tails Chomei Jinchuriki actually entered the tail beast suit mode in a very short time, against Yi Qing. With the help of Byakugan, Yi Qing can vaguely see the figure of a woman from this beast that has turned into a reduced version. The last Seven Tails Jinchuriki. Sure enough, Fu in the original plot has not been born yet. Maybe, this woman is Fu's mother. Yi Qing thought like this in his heart, squeezed it casually, and the violent current exploded in midair. Third-generation Star Shadow Clover didn't even hum, turned into a pool of blood and dissipated in midair. But his whole figure is flying towards the sky like a wandering dragon, wanting to use his flying ability to capture Seven Tails Chomei. His figure just flew up, but when he saw that Seven Tails Jinchuriki, who had become a beast with its tail, flapped its wings, his figure immediately followed and killed Yi Qing. Among the 9 big-tailed beasts, Seven Tails Chomei is the only one that can fly. Moreover, its chakra volume ranks 3rd among the 9 big-tailed beasts, and its strength is only weaker than 9 tails Kurama and 8 tails Gyuki. Ding dong, congratulations to the player, Otsutsuki Yi Qing, for killing the 3rd-generation Takikage Satoshi, Elite Jonin LV 390, in the Takino country Takigakura village, and gaining 9 million experience points. Ding dong, congratulations to player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for upgrading, level, LV 220. Ding dong, congratulations to the player, Otsutsuki Yi Ching, for killing the third-generation Tokikage Satoshi Elite Jonin LV-390, in the Takino country Takigakura village and earning 800,000 merit points. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Ching for killing the Taki no Kuni Takigakura village third-generation Tokikage Satoshi Elite Jonin LV-390, and he won the A-level ninjutsu, water-style Great Falls technique. Water-style Great Waterfall technique. A-level water-style ninjutsu, using chakra to roll a large amount of water into the sky tens of meters high, falling from the sky like a waterfall to involve all enemies in it. The power of this technique is comparable to natural disasters. A series of system prompts heard in his ears, but Yi Ching did not pay any attention to it. Although the A-level ninjutsu water-style Great Waterfall technique might be powerful, every player rushed to it. But for Yi Ching, the 5 ordinary chakra attribute ninjutsu, he can easily master, so there is nothing to cherish at all. Now, his purpose is the Seven Tails Jinchuriki who is about to fall into madness in front of him. As expected of Seven Tails. In the mid-air, Yi Ching's eyes shrank slightly, and he pointed at Seven Tails Chome rushing forward with one hand, and a large amount of chakra gathered towards his right hand. Shen Luo Tianzheng. Om. Boom. The sound of violent fluctuations and roar suddenly came, and I saw the Seven Tails, whose body was exuding the violent tail beast chakra fluctuations. The body was still in mid-air, and it was directly blasted by this violent impact. The speed fell from mid-air, directly smashing the ground into a big hole. A large amount of smoke and water vapor rushed into the sky, almost filling the area of several thousand meters. Seven Tails won't be so weak. Looking at Seven Tails, who hadn't moved for a long time, Yi Ching couldn't help but wonder. In the original plot, Seven Tails was captured by the strongest Kisame and Uchiha Itachi in the Akatsuki organization, but its gas capabilities and strength were not mentioned. However, the tail beast that can be captured by Kisame and Itachi is definitely strong. In addition, its chakra volume is only weaker than 9 Tails Kurama and 8 Tails Gyuki, and it will certainly not be so easy to deal with. Roar. When Yi Ching was about to continue his attack, he saw that the ground full of water vapor suddenly rolled up, and a large amount of water vapor began to rush to the surroundings, as if hiding something. Byakugan's eyes shrank quickly. Yi Ching found Seven Tails Chome's figure through the mist in an instant. At this time, the blood-red chakra of Seven Tails Chome was soaring. 3 pairs of wings and 1 tail were already fully stretched, and the endless chakra was burning like a flame. Woo! Whizzing. Swish swish. Suddenly, the ground almost filled with mist suddenly shot out a tough and slender tail, slamming it towards Yi Ching frantically. Boom. There was a violent breaking through the air, and there was almost a sonic boom in the air. If it was hit by this tail, even a high mountain could be cut off by him. Watching the tail boom, Yi Ching's jade-colored Byakugan suddenly condensed, and his figure flashed when he moved, and he escaped the bombardment of the tail. When the hurricane hit, the clothes on his whole body were shaking frantically because of the bombardment of this tail. Are you going crazy? In mid-air, Yi Ching, who owns Byakugan, is monitoring Seven Tails Chome's movements at any time, and his eyes change again. Boom. Boom. Boom boom boom. Behind this tail, the water mist actually rushed out of the huge wings of 6 paths completely wrapped in blood-red chakra, like a huge sampan, directly smashed towards Yi Ching. Looking around, the huge wings of 6 paths burning wildly almost covered a small part of the sky. When the wind hit, the space of several hundred meters was completely blocked by chakra of Seven Tails Chome, and it was impossible to move it. It deserves to be a tail beast weaker than 9 tails and 8 tails. With this majestic chakra, ordinary shadows are no match at all. Looking at the blood-red wings of 6 paths that almost covered the sky, Yi Ching's eyes became serious at this moment. I saw him floating in the air, his hands directly spread out, and the chakra surging all over his body frantically, rushing towards his hands, and it overflowed in an instant. Om. There was a strange wave of sound, and he saw that his whole figure was completely enveloped by a pale black balloon, making a series of trembling noises. From a distance, around this pale black balloon, there were waves of vibration like water waves. At the same time, the 2 blood-red Rinagons on the palms of Yi Ching's hands were also staring at Seven Tails Chome on the ground. Boom 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 B. In the sky, the six paths wings carried an infinite impact, still smashing down like a meteor, as if anything that dared to stop him in front of him would be blasted to pieces by it. Yi Qing, trapped in the middle by the wings of this six paths, looks as small as a fly. Suddenly, Yi Qing's hands slammed down, and the impact that had been condensed for a long time finally rushed towards Seven Tails Chome frantically. Shen Luo Tianzheng. Boom. Boom 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 boom. With a cold drink, I saw an impact containing infinite power, violently exploding in the air, like a brilliant passing firework. The first to bear the brunt was the six wings that smashed towards him. Under the bombardment of this impact, they did not stop for even a second, and were directly pushed towards the ground. Boom! With a loud noise, the lake water burst and the earth smashed into pieces, and a series of water splashes carried the rocks and rushed towards the surrounding frantically. The original lake water was lifted thousands of meters away, washing down all the surrounding forests, as if experiencing a Category 12 hurricane. As for Seven Tails Chome, who was taken care of by Yi Qing, his entire body was firmly pressed to the ground, constantly rubbing frantically. The blood-red chakra surged wildly, but no matter how hard he struggled, under the impact of this impact, he couldn't lift his body even 1 centimeter. Boom 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 B. There was another violent roar, and the whole ground, together with Seven Tails Chome, sank several tens of meters, rushing towards the surroundings, forming a huge pit. In the center of the pothole, it is Seven Tails Chome clinging to the ground. In the mid-air, Yi Qing let out a sigh of relief. Looking from his direction, the dozens of waterfalls that were originally located together have turned into piles of ruins, and the water flows turbulently everywhere. The dense forest that was originally dense has been turned into a piece of white land in the course of successive battles, spreading directly over tens of thousands of meters. As for Takian village, it has long since disappeared and was torn to pieces by Yi Qing. And the players who originally chose Takian village were not left, all of them were turned into white light by Yi Qing, the god of heavenly conquest, and I was offline. After throwing it away, Yi Qing swallowed 3 chakra pills with scarlet blood. As long as there is enough chakra medicine, he will have unlimited endurance combat capability, which is extremely terrifying. Following the flow of chakra in the body, within a few seconds, his chakra has recovered, and his breath has stabilized. What? Yi Qing suddenly whispered, and the jade-colored Byakugan condensed fiercely, looking towards the ground. I saw Seven Tails Chome, who had been suppressed by him on the ground. Suddenly there was a wave of violent chakra fluctuations. Roar. An extremely depressed breath suddenly came from the ground. Under Yi Qing's Byakugan gaze, Seven Tails Chome, who had been paralyzed on the ground, struggled to stand up, and his hollow eyes stared at Yi Qing in midair. At this time, Seven Tails Chome had lost Jinchuriki's original consciousness in the continuous bombardment. The madness to kill the unfeeling has filled his mind, and he returned to the beast's thoughts full of beasts. At this time, the only thought that filled Seven Tails Chome's mind was to destroy all the creatures in front of him. Roar. There was another roar, and Seven Tails Chome, who had completely turned into a tail beast at this time, suddenly raised his head, and his huge mouth grew into an incredible kakuzu. With its movements, countless blue and red chakras that were visible to the naked eye madly condensed towards its mouth, and a very dark-tailed beast bomb slowly formed in its mouth. The wind roared and the smoke was raging. In the gap between the formation of the tailed beast bomb, The air around Seven Tails Chome even showed a stagnant air current, and the chakra wave has reached the edge of an explosion. Seven Tails Tailed Beast Bomb. Looking at the tailed beast bomb condensed in the mouth of Seven Tails Chome, Yi Qing's eyes flashed with an inexplicable light, and said faintly, "This should be your last resort." Roar. As soon as the voice fell, I saw the tailed beast bomb in Seven Tails Chome's mouth, which had swelled to the size of a basketball, suddenly turned into a very dark lightning, and it shot in front of Yi Qing almost instantly. At the time of the battle between Yi Qing and Seven Tails Chome, in the dense forest tens of thousands of meters away, several large forces belonging to Dragon City and Wushuang City Black Dragon Society have also arrived here. The players who originally rushed here eagerly saw the chaos and almost turned into a ruined battlefield. Their mouths grew scared, and they looked stupidly at Yi Qing and Seven Tails Chome in the middle of the battlefield. Then what kind of monster is that? At least 500 or above. Listen to our boss. This monster is the boss called the Tail Beast. The entire Hokage ninja world, it seems that there are only 9. A 500 level boss, all the players together won't be enough for him to abuse. This Otsutsuki Yi Qing seems to be fighting against this monster. How strong should it be? The entire Takigakura village has been destroyed, the world channel is about to explode, and there are forums. Yes, I just watched it. The forum is full of videos of the battle between Otsutsuki Yi Qing and the 3rd generation Takikage. I didn't expect this monster to be hidden in Takigakura. This monster is called a tailed beast. There are 7 tails. Someone broke the news on the forum. Yes. Someone broke the news that every village has such a monster, which is equivalent to nuclear weapons in the real world. Nuclear weapons. That kind of thing can destroy the world. Wait a minute, this kind of monster is so strong. Then how much has Otsutsuki Yi Qing grabbed? Listening to the fierce discussions from the surrounding players, Wushuang Qingcheng and Longcheng's tycoons turned into pig liver. Otsutsuki Yi Qing. Who is he and how can he be so strong? Young Master Yi Qing of Mingxin Group. His identity in the real world has long been exposed. I also heard that several major forces in the Washi Moon Shadoji Blue Temple have thrown olive branches to the Mingxin Group. There are also people from the Presbyterian Church. I heard that they have already started contacting the Mingxin Group. What should we do? This world must not be let out easily. But Otsutsuki Yi Qing is so strong, we are not opponents at all. The faces of these big men were extremely ugly, and they started talking, especially the people of the Black Dragon Society, whose eyes flashed with killing intent from time to time. The best way is to kill Yi Qing in the real world. Yes. Kill him in the game world, and he can continue to log in after 3 days, but as long as you kill him in the real world, there will never be Otsutsuki Yi Qing in this heavenly online game world. The key now is how to get offline than him. As long as we can kill him once in this Tiandao online game world, we have 3 days to assassinate him. Kill Otsutsuki Yi Qing in the world of Tiandao online games. Looking at Otsutsuki Yi Qing floating in the air in the distance, and Seven Tails Chome, who was crushed frantically on the ground by him, the eyes of several big guys from Dragon City Wushuang City Black Dragon Club, looked at the player who said this proposal. It's like watching an idiot. Originally, they expected to use the human C tactics to kill Otsutsuki Yi Qing, but depending on the current situation, it is no different from the idiot's dream. Just when these big guys were about to retreat, they saw Senju Luo Tian on the side and suddenly walked out and walked in the direction of the battle between Yi Qing and Seven Tails Chome. Luo Tian, what are you going to do? Wushuang Qingcheng asked in astonishment. Not only him, but the surrounding influencers, as well as the players further away, all looked at Senju Luo Tian suspiciously. Do what? Senju Luo Tian smiled faintly and said. Since I have taken your money, of course you have to complete your mission. Otsutsuki Yi Qing, I'm sure to kill. From today, I want to let all players in this Tiandao online game world know. My Senju clan is the strongest clan in the Hokage ninja world. As soon as the voice fell, I saw Senju Luo Tian's entire figure suddenly flashed through a phantom, swept directly toward the battlefield at a very fast speed. In the battlefield, Yi Qing floated in midair, standing against the wind. And under him, is Seven Tails Chome with chakra surging crazily throughout his body. Looking at it, the tailed beast bomb has already rushed to Yi Qing's side with an unrelenting aura. Although the name of tailed beast bomb carries jade, it is not a real thing at all. It is a super concentrated chakra cannon composed entirely of black chakra, yang, and white chakra, yin. More precisely, it is an energy weapon similar to a laser cannon. Once it collides with an object, it can produce earth-shaking destructive power, which is extremely powerful. In the original plot, a random tailed beast bomb can destroy half a hill. Seeing that this tailed beast bomb had already shot in front of his eyes, facing this tailed beast bomb that was enough to blast a mountain into dross, Yi Qing had no fear at all, and slowly stretched out his right hand. Ninjutsu absorption. A weird wave came, and I saw that the tailed beast bomb, which was originally madly rushing towards Yi Qing and exuding violent chakra waves and extremely dark, was strangely stagnated in the air under the control of Yi Qing's right-hand Rinnegan. Drink. With a soft drink, Yi Qing grabbed his right hand, and the blood-red Rinnegan in the palm of his hand exuded a strange light, and his pupils protruded, as if he had seen some delicacy in the world. Then something strange happened. This tailed beast bomb, which contained the powerful destructive power of the chakra owner with the yin and yang attributes, dissipated at a speed visible to the naked eye under the influence of the Rinnegan on Yi Qing's right hand. It is as if all the chakras that make up this tailed beast bomb were completely absorbed by him. However, within a few seconds, the tailed beast bomb, which was originally full of destructive power, was completely swallowed by Rinnegan in the palm of Yi Qing's right hand. Roar. There was a roar, and I saw Seven Tails Chomei on the ground. Although he had fallen into madness, the tailed beast bomb, which he had consumed a large amount of chakra, was so strangely swallowed by this mysterious figure in front of him. Chakra surged wildly. Ha ha ha. Want to get back your tailed beast bomb? In midair, Yi Qing felt the extremely full chakra flowing in his body, a pair of Byakugan, and a pair of Rinnegan on the palms of both hands, all beginning to exude an extremely strange light. Roar. Facing Yi Qing's provocation, Seven Tails Chomei, who had fallen into a state of madness, didn't even know what fear was. With his limbs on the ground, the whole person was like a cannonball, bounced directly from the ground and rushed towards Yi Qing. In midair, the chakra of Seven Tails Chomei's whole body burned frantically, and all three pairs of wings and one tail opened as far as possible. From a distance, it looks like a big butterfly dancing in the air with raging flames. It's just a beast, I can't help it. Give it back to you. As soon as the voice fell, Yi Qing's left hand was suddenly raised high, and the light emitted by Rinnegan on the palm of his left hand became more and more strange. Afterwards, under the action of this blood-colored Rinnegan, a large number of tailed beast bombs with the same attributes as the previous Seven Tails tailed beast bomb sprang out frantically, slowly forming on his left hand at a speed visible to the naked eye. But within a few seconds, a tailed beast bomb that was at least 10 times more powerful than the previous Seven Tails tailed beast bomb appeared in Yi Qing's hands, still swelling. The breath of chakra was surging, and the area of tailed beast bomb became larger and larger, and even a circular black cloud formed on the ground. Roar. Facing this huge tailed beast bomb, Seven Tails is full of no-dodge movements. With its huge chakra, it still rushes towards Yi Qing. Roll. With a loud shout, Yi Qing's left hand suddenly swung down, and the huge tailed beast bomb, which had been increased by several dozen times by him, was like a meteorite and was thrown directly by him. This throw, for Seven Tails Chomei, had no chance to dodge and was hit directly. Boom. At first there was an explosion, and Seven Tails Chomei's entire body was directly attached to the surface of this huge tailed beast bomb, and the contact surface immediately emitted a wave of violent chakra fluctuations, causing waves of roars. However, the huge power of this tailed beast bomb, no matter how hard Seven Tails struggled, it couldn't get rid of its pressure, and it still slammed slowly towards the ground. Boom. Boom. Boom 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 boom. Finally, with a violent roar, a series of explosions followed. The flames rushed into the weather, and at a glance, it burst like a nuclear bomb on the ground. Countless fires flooded in all directions, and the entire ground seemed to have been severely cut several layers, exposing large expanses of white ground. At first glance, the eyes are full of dazzling flames and smoke, and the temperature of the surrounding air has increased by at least hundreds of degrees. Hundreds of miles around, it was directly turned into a piece of white ground. Not to mention Seven Tails Chome, who was hit frontally by the tailed beast bomb. Even the Wushwangcheng Dragon City Black Dragon Club, who was planning to ambush and assassinate Yi Qing thousands of meters away, turned into white light at this moment. Disappeared in the world of Tiandao online games. Ah! With an exclamation, I saw an exclamation suddenly came from behind a gravel that was only 100 meters away from Yi Qing. Immediately, behind that moment, a bright white light flashed out, which was obviously the light emitted when the player died. Senju Luo Tian, the second-ranked wood expulsion player of the Senju clan's descendants, tried to kill Otsutsuki Yi Qing to prove that they were the killer king of the strongest clan. He didn't even react, and was swallowed by flames, as if he had crushed a small ant to death. However, Yi Qing did not notice that he had killed a killer king who was stunned in the darkness of the real senior sister. After all, there are too many players who died in his hands. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing has killed a total of 200 W players. The special title of the hero is upgraded. Male Zongshang, LV2, special title, wearable. Explanation 1. Killing a person is a crime, but Tuan is a male. After slaughtering 9 million, he is a male. Note 2. This appellation is an upgradable appellation, and the upgrade method needs to be explored by the player. Efficacy. All ninjutsu power is increased by 20% when wearing the back to the player, and the drop rate of all worn equipment and private spaces of the killed player is increased by 20%. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing, who has killed a total of 1 million players, completed the hidden killing mission, millions of people's kill, and earned 100,000 merit points. There was a burst of pleasant reminders from the system again, but Yi Qing didn't care. The battle with the third-generation Hokage, coupled with the aftermath of the Seven Tails Chome battle with the tailed beast bomb, has long been cleared out of the offline Takigakura players. Not to mention, the aftermath of the explosion of the super-large tailed beast bomb just now killed hundreds of thousands of powerful players such as Dragon City, Wushwang City and other large players several kilometers away. It took a few minutes for the flames raging on the ground to dissipate, revealing the figure of Seven Tails Chome hidden in it. Yi Qing's figure drifted down slowly, stopped at a position about 3 meters high on the ground, and looked towards the ground. When the smoke dissipated, a figure appeared in front of Yi Qing. A woman with a dark body, about 30 years old, with short green hair and ordinary looks, is obviously Seven Tails Jinchuriki, Fu's mother. However, at this time Seven Tails Jinchuriki had fallen into a coma, and red blood was flowing all over his body. In addition, if the breathing between her entire nose was non-existent, it was obviously on the verge of dying. Yi Qing's Byakugan suddenly condensed and looked towards the woman's abdomen. Sure enough, there happened to be a seal on the woman's abdomen. In it, Seven Tails Chome, who had shrunk countless times, also curled up together and fell into a coma. As a strange creature formed entirely by chakra, as long as chakra does not disperse, the tail beast will not really die. Going long, they will fall into a coma or a weak state when chakra is severely depleted. At this time, the tail beasts in this state are the easiest to catch and absorb. Universal pull. With a soft drink, Yi Qing stretched out his left hand and lightly grabbed it towards Seven Tails Jinchuriki. An attraction came, and the body of Seven Tails Jinchuriki was pulled up by a transparent silk thread and flew slowly towards Yi Qing. Seven Tails Jinchuriki got it, and then, all you have to do is to extract Seven Tails from Seven Tails Jinchuriki. Looking at Seven Tails Jinchuriki in his hand, Yi Qing said lightly. In the original plot, after the Akatsuki organization has captured the tail beast, several members of the Akatsuki organization formed a formation, using the Seal of Magic 9 Dragons, to extract the tail beast from Jinchuriki's body, and then seal it into a new container. The Seal of Magic 9 Dragons is a very special type of ninjutsu. The more people there are, the stronger the ability will be, and vice versa. Even if it is a person, you can use it. However, it took even more time. The other group of people, Otsutsuki Momoseki, is even more capable of drawing tail beasts. Using the Rinnegan in his left hand, he can directly extract the tail beast from the body of the tail beast Jinchuriki. However, these two methods of extracting the tail beast by the seal would take a long time. It takes a certain amount of time to extract and absorb the tail beasts. It seems that we have to find a safer place. Yi Qing thought of this in his heart, and with a wave of his hand, a pitch-black spatial crack appeared beside him. With one hand, Seven Tails Jinchuriki's figure followed his movements and entered the crack, disappearing without a trace. For a time, there was only a huge pothole on the ground in the original Takian village, with rivers flowing from time to time, and the ground was messy. Ding dong, congratulations to player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for defeating Seven Tails Chome, one of the 9 big tail beasts, and gaining 7 million experience points. Ding dong, congratulations to player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for upgrading. Level 245. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for defeating one of the 9 big tail beasts, Seven Tails Chome. As the player who defeated the tail beast for the first time, you will get 800,000 merit points. Level 245. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for defeating one of the 9 big tail beasts, Seven Tails Chome. As the player who defeated the tail beast for the first time, you will get 1 million taels of gold. Ding dong, congratulations to player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for defeating Seven Tails Chome, one of the 9 big-tailed beasts for the first time. This event will be recorded in the history of Hokage Ninja World, and it will last forever. Yi Qing left by himself, looking for a safe place to absorb Seven Tails chakra, and at the same time, with his movements, whether it is the Tiandao online game world or the real world, once again set off a storm of public opinion. World announcement. World announcement. Player Otsutsuki Yi Qing kills Taki no Kuni Takigakura village 3rd generation Takikage Satsuki and gets a reward. World announcement. World announcement. Player Otsutsuki Yi Qing destroys Takino country Takian village and gets rewards. World announcement. World announcement. Player Otsutsuki Yi Qing defeated one of the 9 big-tailed beasts, Seven Tails Chome, and received a reward. World announcement. World announcement. Player Otsutsuki Yi Qing defeated one of the 9 big-tailed beasts for the first time, Seven Tails Chome. This event will be recorded in the historical event of the Hokage Ninja World, and it will last forever. With the harsh system prompts and dazzling world announcements, the entire world channel exploded again. A hidden village, and the shadows that the hidden village belongs to, and more importantly, Seven Tails Chome, one of the 9 big-tailed beasts. But in just half a day, he was either killed, destroyed, or captured. What happened in this half-day caused all players to fall into a deep shock. Another shadow. Takikage. It's not the shadow of the 5 hidden villages, but it's also very powerful. Like the Xingyan village in the Bear Country, Takian village has also been destroyed. The news I got from other big guys said that in fact, these small hidden villages can be occupied by our players, but how did Otsutsuki Yi Qing directly destroy them? A violent thing. If we occupy a hidden village, we can recruit exiled ninjas and fight for hegemony with the 5 hidden villages. Yes, I heard that many forces have this plan, but 2 hidden villages were destroyed by Otsutsuki Yi Qing. How many hidden villages are there next? Rain Shinobi Village, Kaoyan Village, Shuangyan Village, Shangyan Village, etc. Couldn't all this Otsutsuki Yi Qing be wiped out? Kill the second shadow. Look at the world ranking list, Otsutsuki Yi Qing is 245. The leveling up is so fast. I just said that I was level 220. Poor me, I'm only level 56. Hey, why is the name of Senju Luo Tian, who is second, so bad? Is it dead? Killed by a monster, or killed by Otsutsuki Yi Qing? It's amazing, I missed the second place Senju Luo Tian a lot. Until now, no one except Otsutsuki Yi Qing has completed the advanced assessment task of Genin, and Otsutsuki Yi Qing has completed the advanced assessment task of Chunin. So strong, I really don't know how he upgraded. Someone in the forum broke the news that the true identity of Otsutsuki Yi Qing is the young master of Mingsan City. What? The man who created the super popular girl group Ms. 18 in the real world. I heard that the girls in Ms. 18 are more beautiful than the other. What's so beautiful? We can only see and can't touch. The big secret. The big secret. The Lord of Dragon City and the Lord of Wushuang City are going to have a meeting in the real world, and the participants are all powerful people in the Hokage ninja world. The meeting at this point. Is it because of Otsutsuki Yi Ching? Sure. If Otsutsuki Yi Ching keeps going this way, pushing one hidden village after another, how can they capture hidden villages by these large forces? It is these large forces again. Do they want to monopolize the world of Tiandao online games? I really hope Otsutsuki Yi Ching can stick to it. Real world, unparalleled city. In the large conference room, dozens of middle-aged or elderly people in different costumes sat one after the other. Their faces were extremely severe, and they were all cautiously discussing something. However, if you look closely, you will find that apart from the few people in the lead who are real people, the other dozen people all rely on holographic projection technology to project ghost images. Bump. There was a crisp sound, and a middle-aged man in front of the conference table slapped the tabletop, stood up abruptly, and said, "Since 100 years ago, almost all of the Tiandao online game world has been occupied by a few of us, and it has been developed to the present. This Otsutsuki Yi Ching, what kind of identity is it? He can grow to this level in such a short time. This person is named Li Yu. He chose Iwagakure, the country of the earth, in the Hokage ninja world. He is also the principal of a giant city in the real world. The relationship between Yulongcheng and Longcheng has always been very good, so it can be counted as a member of the alliance between Wushuangcheng and Longcheng. Moreover, his city is not far from Wushuang City, so he arrived in a short time. As for the gang they created in the Hokage ninja world, called the Yulongwei, with more than 300,000 players above level 50, it can almost be regarded as one of the biggest player forces in Iwagakure. Ahem. With a soft cough, I saw a man next to Li Yu, the leader of Yulongwei, pulled his sleeves and said, "The identity of Otsutsuki Yi Ching has long been determined. He is the son of Lei Yuansen, the lord of Mingxin City, Yi Ching. The speaker is called by Yuan, who in the real world is also the support of another giant city, Washan City. Tiandao online game Hokage is good in the ninja world, but based on information, I chose a secret family of Kurigakure, the country of water, Kei Yoruichi. Named Keigaya White Bone, and luckily inherited the dead bone pulse of the Kei Yoruichi clan. Although it is an early stage, its strength should not be underestimated." Following by UNH's statement, the complexions of several people around changed obviously, and they all spoke. The young master of the Mingxin group. That waste. Mingxin group, it's difficult to do it. Do they want to monopolize this heavenly online game world? Their young master is called Yi Ching. I heard that a playboy almost died on a woman's belly. Well, I also created a Ms. 18 girl group some time ago. Yanfu is not shallow. Why is this kind of trash so strong in Hokage ninja world? Mingxin group, it's not easy to handle. This Lei Yuansen is a stubborn guy. There is also the Presbyterian Church. I heard that they have already contacted the Mingxin group. More than a dozen voices sounded with somber jealousy and envy, and their eyes were different. However, although their discussion was fierce, none of them had any ideas, and their eyes were looking at each other. Especially, the principal who issued this call, Wushuang City Lord Wushuang Qingcheng. Ahem. Finally, Wushuang Qingcheng let out a light cough, stopped the discussion of these dozens of people, and said, "Since the great changes happened hundreds of years ago, the world of Tiandao online games has been under the control of several of us, and the distribution of world benefits has continued to the present. However, now Ming Mori City wants to break this tradition and dominate the heavenly online game world. We will never agree. Yes. Never agree. What is Mingxin City? It has only risen for more than 30 years, and its background is far behind. Humph. Although Lei Yuansen is strong, he is not our opponent. That kid Lei Yuansen is just a kid, no matter how strong he can be." Following Wushuang Qingcheng's voice, dozens of other people also spoke out loudly. In addition, the heads of the few people kept communicating in secret, and nodded secretly. Everyone. Wushuang Qingcheng opened his hands again, softly suppressed the discussion of these people, and said, "The world of Tiandao online games is everyone's world, not his Otsutsuki Yi Ching, or a person or a force of the Mingxin group. So, we must limit the improvement of Otsutsuki Yi Qing's strength. Otsutsuki Yi Qing is already so strong, what can Wushuang City Lord do to limit us to Otsutsuki Yi Qing? Someone shouted loudly below, his tone obviously with disbelief. Wushuang Qingcheng nodded secretly, and said, "This Hokage ninja world is the world of ninjas. According to our information, the entire world has launched 2 ninja wars that have affected the entire ninja world. Moreover, according to the information we collected and the advancement of the game plot, Hokage Ninja World will definitely usher in a new wave of ninja wars. This ninja world is our opportunity." Looking at the many heads of the Dacheng City Lords gang who were gradually falling into contemplation, Wushuang Qingcheng's eyes flashed with a bright light, and he continued. "Our major forces have various intelligence support, and we choose families with special blood inheritance boundaries in the major hidden villages. And these families are extremely rare in every hidden village. But correspondingly, the status rights we get are not comparable to those of ordinary players. For example, I chose Konohagakure's Uchiha family, alias to Uchiha Qingcheng, and became a direct descendant of the family. As for the Uchiha family, in Konohagakure, they are actually the family that controls the Konoha security team. You can imagine the strength." With the voice of Wushuang Qingcheng, many city lord and gang leaders fell into contemplation. Yes, our Wei Yoruichi clan is very powerful and prestigious in Kurigakure. There is also Konohagakure's Nara clan, which controls the supply of Konohagakure medicinal materials. In my Sunagakure Sand Waterfall clan, the patriarch is Fungying. And Iwagakure, the country of my soil. With the voices of these more than a dozen people, everyone's eyes became brighter, as if they were thinking of something. Seeing everyone's emotions aroused by him, Wushuang Qingcheng's mouth showed a smile and continued to speak. "So, our goal is simple. Taking advantage of the strange disappearance of Otsutsuki Yi Qing these days, we use our influence in the hidden villages of Hokage Ninja World to try our best to promote the outbreak of the Third Ninja World War. At that time, we can use the power of the family and even the entire hidden village to kill Otsutsuki Yi Qing. As long as you kill Otsutsuki Yi Qing in the Hokage Ninja World, then we will have 3 days in the real world." Bump. Wushuang Qingcheng was talking excitedly, and the door of the meeting room was suddenly opened, and a woman with an enchanting figure and heavy makeup rushed in. Before Wushuang Qingcheng could speak, the woman shouted loudly. "City Lord, it's not good, the online game Hokage Ninja World came and disappeared, saying that it was City Lord, it's not good. There is news from the Tiandao online game Hokage Ninja World, saying that the Third Ninja War has broken out." "What?" Wushuang Qingcheng exclaimed, stood up subconsciously, the color of ecstasy flashed across his face, and quickly asked. "Really? Who did you listen to?" The woman in front of him is also an old man, who has been with him for a long time. Although she is not her strong point in office work, her bed skills are top-notch and can be regarded as a personal talent. It's okay to joke with her at ordinary times. If false news is spread at this time, he doesn't mind throwing this woman out. Outside, there are densely packed monsters. "City Lord, it's true." The woman looked a little anxious, but she still said loudly. "Although many of us are offline, the members who stayed in the game have heard news that the whole world is about to be in chaos." Before the beauty's voice had fallen, the faces of more than a dozen bosses around the conference table had also changed, and a few others turned around, as if listening to the news of their men. "Someone from me also heard news that the Third Ninja World War really happened. Yes. I am here too. I heard that it was Konoha and Sand Shinobi who fought together first. Iwagakure seems to be doing something, the whole continent is going to be in chaos. My Cloud Shinobi didn't do anything, but I have sent out waves of scouting ninjas. And Kurigakure hasn't moved much." With the continuous news from these dozens of bigwigs, more people directly withdrew from the meeting on the holographic projection screen, turned around and entered the world of Tiandao online games. Everyone. Seeing this, Wushuang Qingcheng quickly opened his hands and said loudly. "The Third Ninja World War is a good time for us. Let's quickly enter the Tiandao online game world to investigate." Before he finished speaking, he saw other people shut down the meeting mode one after another, and disappeared without a trace. However, in a few seconds, in this huge meeting room, only the bosses of Wushuang City and Dragon City were left with a gloomy expression. At this time, our most important thing is to confirm the specific information of this war, and all things, let's enter the game and discuss it. After speaking, these people also contacted the Tiandao online game login device in their minds one after another, and entered the Hokage ninja world. Pieces of white light flashed, and the whole meeting room was empty. World announcement. The Third Ninja World War has officially started. All players can't quit after choosing the faction. There will be a large number of campaign copies in the Vice Admiral battle, sneak attack copies, and ambush copies. The rewards are rich, please participate vigorously. World announcement. The Third Ninja World War has officially started, and all players cannot quit after choosing a camp. There will be a large number of campaign dungeons, sneak attack dungeons and ambush dungeons in the Great War Vice Admiral. The rewards are rich, please participate vigorously. Quote. World announcement. The Third Ninja World War has officially started, and all players cannot quit after choosing a camp. There will be a large number of campaign dungeons, sneak attack dungeons and ambush dungeons in the Great War Vice Admiral. The rewards are rich, please participate vigorously. Quote. Wushuang Qingcheng had just landed in the game, and there was a burst of harsh system prompts in my ears. When I looked at the world channel, the whole world was almost exploding. Lines of conversations passed by like a torrential rain, dazzling people. This world announcement started about half an hour ago. Every player who logs into the game will receive 3 consecutive world announcements, and almost no one can avoid it. The Third Ninja World War, who knows what happened? Silly. It must be a world war. It's not bad, the players have generally reached level 100, and a new expansion just opened at this time. Where has Otsutsuki Yi Qing gone these past few days? Why hasn't there been any news from him? Yes. The second place Senju Luo Tian is already level 144. Is this guy getting any excitement? He has upgraded so quickly these days. I heard that Otsutsuki Yi Qing killed Senju Luo Tian by mistake when he killed the Seven Tails a few days ago. This guy was suffocating. Ha 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 ha, was killed by mistake. The Third Ninja World War can choose the camp. What camp did you choose? Now there are only 3 camps to choose from. Konoha Sand Shinobi Rock Shinobi. Are these 3 hidden villages only participating in the Third Ninja World War? It's not fair. What about my Cloud Shinobi village and Kurigakure? Ghost knows, maybe the plots of Cloud Shinobi and Mist Shinobi will be released later. I heard that in the Second Ninja World War this time, it seems that Konoha's people moved first. There is a lot of discussion in the world. Qingcheng didn't care, but looked at the direction of Takigakura, and said doubtfully. Otsutsuki Yi Qing, where did you go? At this time, 3 days have passed since Yi Qing captured Seven Tails Chome, but Otsutsuki Yi Qing has disappeared since that day. Therefore, several large forces have allied themselves, aiming their guns at Yi Qing and even Mingsan City. At this moment, Mingsan City. With a pop, another precious vase was thrown to the ground by Lei Lu, and it was smashed to pieces. Lei Lu's pair of Byakugan looked terrifying, looked at the few men in front of him, and said with a squeaky voice. Why? There is no news from Yi Qing yet, what do I feed you for? At this time, Lei Lu chose the Hyuga family and became a direct child of the Hyuga family, so she can mobilize some of the Hyuga family's Game N*PC to serve her. As a Game N*PC of the Byakugan family, finding someone or investigating someone is very simple for them. Miss Lei Lu, for the portrait you gave us, we searched all over the border of the country of fire and the border of the country of Taki, but we couldn't find this person. Where is the bear country? Why didn't you go? Several Hyuga Game N*PC glanced at each other, Wunai said. Miss, the bear country has become the battlefield for Konoha and Sand Shinobi. There is no way to hide. Listening to the reports of these subordinates, Hyuga Lei Lu sighed secretly, a trace of melancholy appeared in his eyes, and waved them to go down. He sat on the table and murmured. Yi Qing, where are you? In the 45th year of the Hokage calendar, Otsutsuki Yi Qing destroyed the Bear's Country Star Hidden Village Taki Country Taki Hidden Village, killed the Star Hidden Village, the 3rd generation Star Shadow killed the Taki Hidden Village, and the 3rd generation Taki Shadow captured Seven Tails Chome. Since then, the entire ninja world has been in chaos. The kingdom of the bear was killed by the third generation Star Shadow, and Sunagakure invaded the kingdom of the bear in the first time. As an ally of the bear country, Konohagakure, the country of fire, also dispatched Konoha shinobi troops headed by Namikaze Minato to invade the small country of the wind and fire, the country of the river. Kikyo Mountain stretches for hundreds of miles and Yamanaka has many trees. It is the border between the country of fire and the surrounding countries. Konoha and Sand Shinobi have always competed. The two big hidden villages have already deployed heavy troops here because of the Bear Country and the Star Hidden Village, and they have begun a difficult offensive and defensive battle. The Konoha side, dominated by Namikaze Minato, led more than 3,000 Konoha native ninjas, and countless players who reached a certain level, stationed here. On the other hand, Sunagakure is headed by Sunagakure Jonin Baki. At this time, Baki just happened to be a teenager, so he won 4th Kage Rasa, and he was in control of the front line and confronted Konoha. Kill Konoha's ninja. Drive them out of Kikyo Mountain. Go on lousy. Fire style great fireball technique. Wind style great breakthrough. Water style water wave cut. Earth style earth formation wall. Around the chaotic Kikyo Mountain, countless indigenous ninjas alternated and fought together. The violent winds, flames, thunder and lightning, countless ninjutsu that devoured human lives continued to explode in the battlefield, taking away the lives of batch after batch of players. Compared to these native ninjas, the player's strength is almost negligible. There is no reason for him. At this time, their comprehensive strength is only around genin, and they don't even have the qualifications to be cannon fodder in the entire battlefield. The highest level of ninjutsu learning is sea-level ninjutsu, and some popular ninjutsu, such as fire-style great fireball technique, or three-body technique. In addition to possessing intelligence, the powerful children who have selected several big hidden villages in advance, can have some special ninjutsu and life-saving methods. Ordinary players can only be treated as cannon fodder, or a stubble of leeks, frantically strangled by the opposite native ninja. Kill. In the chaotic battlefield, a group of players wearing green vest ninja costumes suddenly appeared, rolling up and down in their hands, often solving a Sunagakure player in a few seconds. Especially the leading player, there are actually 2 kunai shining sharp rays of light in his hands, killing people cleanly and without the slightest sloppy. Sunagakure players who fought with him were often beheaded by him because they couldn't even get away with 3 moves. Even some indigenous genin of Sunagakure, under the continuous rush of this person, can be killed. These people are the people of the sky and the earth, and the young man headed is the Senju Luo Tian who was preparing to assassinate Yi Qing. Luo Tian, who had long had information, completed the selection task of the Senju clan when he entered the Hokage ninja world, and successfully became a descendant of the Senju clan. He obtained some favorable resources in the early stage to cause his rise at this time. Otsutsuki Yi Qing, where are you on earth? Crossing his hands, Kumo in his hands shattered the head of a Sunagakure indigenous genin again. Senju Luo Tian's eyes flashed a dazzling light, and he said viciously. Being killed by Otsutsuki Yi Qing by mistake, and regarded by Senju Luo Tian as a lifetime shame. He is the killer king of the real world, even in the previous Tiandao online game world, he is also the king of the party. But in the Hokage ninja world, Otsutsuki Yi Qing accidentally killed him when attacking others, as if he had slapped an inconspicuous ant to death. This shame is always in his mind, and he will never forget it for a lifetime. Only by personally killing Otsutsuki Yi Qing can this shame be washed away. While people all over the world were looking for Otsutsuki Yi Qing, hundreds of miles away, on an island in the wide ocean, there were waves of faint chakra fluctuations, which caused the surrounding sea waters to roll, and the climate was often an abnormal change occurred. In a cave somewhere in the island, Yi Qing stood quietly on the clearing, with his right hand slightly bent, and Seven Tails Jinchuriki was limp all over, floating slowly in front of him, obviously falling into a coma. His left hand was scratched on Seven Tails Jinchuriki's abdomen, and a large amount of scarlet chakra continuously poured out, absorbed by the blood-red Rinnegan in his right hand, and turned into a burst of inexplicable energy, rushing to his body. This is Seven Tails Jinchuriki, with the full power of Seven Tails. And his own strength at this time is only about Chunin. Although he can absorb chakra from seven tails, it takes a lot of time. For this reason, he does not hesitate to hide on this small island and regards Seven Tails Jinchuriki as a source of chakra, constantly absorbing chakra in her body. Several days have passed, and he has also received the world announcement of the Third Ninja War. However, it happened to be the most important time to absorb Seven Tails Chomei at this time, so he did not leave. The Third Ninja World War was the opportunity he had been waiting for a long time. During this period, Uchiha Madara, who is hiding behind the Hokage ninja, will show up to rescue Uchiha Obito, who was accidentally killed by the Iwagakure ninja. For his purpose, he developed Uchiha Obito into his shadow, and then manipulated Akatsuki to capture the tail beasts, triggering a war in the entire ninja world. However, Yi Qing's purpose was not careful about Uchiha Madara. Instead, Uchiha Madara used the power of Rinnegan from the moon to summon the Ten Tails body. You know, his only main task is to retrieve the fruit of the sacred tree. To retrieve the fruit of the sacred tree, the Ten Tails shell and the 9 big tail beasts are indispensable. But the Ten Tails shell was summoned to his side by Rinnegan, who was opened by Uchiha Madara by chance more than 10 years ago, to maintain Uchiha Madara's life. Yi Qing had no way to snatch the Ten Tails body that was restricted by Uchiha Madara Rinnegan. Therefore, I can only wait for the third ninja battle, and then through the hands of Uchiha Obito, grab the body of Ten Tails. After getting the Ten Tails body, he can continue to collect the 9 big tail beasts, and then merge the 9 big tail beasts into the Ten Tails body one after another, rebirth the sacred tree. Then absorb the chakra of the entire ninja world and even the players, prompting the rebirth of the fruit of the sacred tree. As for Black Zetsu, the villain born by the will of Otsutsuki Kagaya, Yi Qing didn't care about it at all. Suddenly, there was a humming sound from Seven Tails Jinchuriki floating in front of him, and the whole person's body was actually crooked and fell directly to the ground. As for the last scarlet chakra emanating from her abdomen, it has also penetrated into the Rinnegan in the palm of Yi Qing's right hand. With chakra. Along with the continuous surging of chakra, a strange wave suddenly appeared from the palm of Yi Qing's left hand. As the last ray of Seven Tails Chomei chakra dissipated, a chakra fruit exuding a faint scarlet light appeared strangely in the palm of Yi Qing's left hand. This chakra fruit formed by Seven Tails Chomei, no matter what the fluctuations caused by the death of chakra content, is thousands of times stronger than the previous chakra fruit formed by the third generation Star Shadow. Seven Tails Chakra Fruit, the fruit formed by all the chakras of Seven Tails Chomei, one of the 9 big-tailed beasts, contains huge chakra power and has an extremely powerful effect. Function 1. Swallow directly. After taking it, you can strengthen your own chakra, and you can use Seven Tails Chomei chakra to attack or defend. It can be taken out at any time to increase your lifespan. Function 2. Sealing the Seven Tails chakra fruit in the body can become Seven Tails Jinchuriki and display Seven Tails different abilities. Function 3. Seal it into the Ten Tails body and fuse with the other 8-tailed beasts to form the Ten Tails sacred tree. Looking at this Seven Tails chakra fruit, Yi Qing just thought about it, then swallowed it directly. As soon as chakra entered his stomach, he felt an extremely hot sensation suddenly flowing from his throat to his abdomen. Almost all chakra in his body was mobilized, and it was extremely refreshing. In addition, the melodious system prompts in my ears have been unstoppable. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for swallowing the chakra fruit, his own chakra has increased, please look for it yourself. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for swallowing the chakra fruit, his own chakra has increased, please look for it yourself. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for swallowing the chakra fruit, his own chakra has increased, please look for it yourself. It took more than 10 minutes for the heat flow throughout the body to dissipate slowly, and at the same time the system's prompt sound stopped. What a powerful chakra power! Feeling the power hidden in his body, Yi Qing couldn't help showing a ray of excitement in his eyes. At this time, he swallowed the fruit of Seven Tails chakra alive, which was different from Jinchuriki. If Jinchuriki wants to use the power of the tail beast, it can only use a small part, and there is a certain risk. However, Yi Qing directly swallowed the chakra that formed Seven Tails, which means that Seven Tails has died, leaving only its original chakra. This kind of chakra, which comes from the main body of the god tree, is enough to push Yi Qing's strength to an incredible height. Thinking of this, Yi Qing directly opened up his personal attributes, wanting to see how far his strength will grow after eating the fruits of Seven Tails chakra. Name: Otsutsuki Yi Qing. Faction: Neutral Faction. Grade: LV 245. Age: 15 years old. Strength: Trainee Ninja. Physique: 825,000. Spirit: 800,000. Chakra: 810,000. Meritorious value: 4,600,000. Chakra attributes: wind, fire, water, thunder, earth, yin and yang. Blood succession boundary: Byakugan Rinnegan. Skill 1. Space travel. LV3 consumes a lot of chakra to open a cave in the air. This technique can be used to attack and shorten the distance of long-range ninjutsu to disrupt the assault opponent, and it can also be used to evade and escape in a crisis without the need to seal. Unblocked. Skill 2. Time freeze. LV1 consumes a lot of chakra, can freeze time within a certain range. Any material life will be in a static state. Unblocked. Skill 3. Hold body technique. LV1 consumes a lot of chakra, can make the target body still, unable to move. Chakra is not enough to be used. Skill 4. Levitation. LV1 continuously consumes chakra, can float in the air. Skill 5. 5 elements rotation. LV5 S-level skill. Unique skill of the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing. Can use the 5 attributes chakra, nature, transformation and yin-yang attribute chakra. Freely combine the 5 attributes chakra, and summon chakra creatures with different fusion attributes. Special ability 1. Byakugan. With a 360-degree angle of view, you can observe the flow of chakra around 1 kilometer away, insight into and see through objects, as well as the chakra flow of nerves, channels, and acupoints in the living body. Special ability 2. Ninjutsu absorption. Right-hand Rinnegan ability, can absorb all ninjutsu and chakra, and store it in the body. Special ability 3. Ninjutsu times the reverse. Left-handed Rinnegan ability, can increase the power of the absorbed ninjutsu, and counterattack back. The power is far beyond the previous ninjutsu. Special ability 4. Chakra fruit creation. It can turn the absorbed chakra into fruit and pill, which can restore and enhance its own strength and lifespan after taking it. Special ability 5. Yin and Yang escape. You can create weapons of any shape to seal the acupuncture points and chakra, and invalidate the chakra. Special ability 6. Seven Tails is the ability of the tail beast. Players need to investigate by themselves. Backpack. Water-style ninjutsu encyclopedia, incomplete version. 800,000 chakra. 4.6 million meritorious service. When I saw these two values, I was as calm as Yi Qing, and I couldn't help but feel a little shocked at this time. When he was promoted to Chunin, his chakra amount was only about 100,000, but after swallowing the fruit of Seven Tails chakra, chakra actually skyrocketed to 800,000. The amount of chakra alone can rival some veteran Cage-level characters. In addition to chakra's massive amount of convenience, he also received a full 4.6 million merit points. Killing the third-generation Star Shadow with 1 million merits and destroying Xingyan Village with 1 million merits. Chunin's 800,000 merits and killing the third-generation Tokikage with 800,000 merits and destroying Takian Village with 1 million merits. The merit value of 4.6 million is enough to increase his strength by a step. In addition, there is also a water-style ninjutsu encyclopedia, which is a reward obtained after the destruction of Takian Village. Although this is only an incomplete version, it also records more than 30 types of B-level to D-level water-style ninjutsu. Among them, there is the only A-level water-style ninjutsu, water-style Great Falls technique. System: I want to upgrade my level skills. Please select the skills to be upgraded. S-level skills, the 5 elements rotate. Ding Dong, consumes XX points of merit, and the 5 elements of S-level skills are upgraded in rotation. Ding Dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for learning A-Tech Ninjutsu, water-styled A waterfall technique successfully. Ding Dong. A series of system prompts kept ringing in his ears. With the continuous consumption of merit points, all his skills were slowly and firmly improving. After a full 10 minutes, 4.6 million merit points have been completely consumed, and at this time Yi Qing's skills have also undergone earth-shaking changes. Space travel LV6 consumes a lot of chakra to open a cave in the air. This technique can be used to attack and shorten the distance of long-range ninjutsu to disrupt the assault opponent, and it can also be used in crisis to avoid and run without seal. Unblocked. Time freeze LV6 consume a lot of chakra can freeze time within a certain range. Any material life will be in a static state. Unblocked. Levitation LV10 continuously consumes chakra, can float in the air. 5 elements rotation LV10 S level skills, unique skills for players Otsutsuki Yi Qing, can use the 5 attributes chakra nature transformation and yin and yang attributes chakra, freely combine the 5 attributes chakra, and summon chakra creatures with different fusion attributes. Great Waterfall Technique LV10 A-level ninjutsu, consumes a lot of chakra, and can summon a large amount of water to impact opponents. The power of ninjutsu depends on the consumption of chakra. The space travel and time freezing, which belong to the Otsutsuki clan, these two time-space types of ninjutsu consume more and more merits as the level increases, so they only reach the LV6 level. The 2 skills of levitation and 5 elements rotation, as well as some water-style ninjutsu obtained from the Water-style Ninjutsu Encyclopedia, incomplete version, have all been promoted to the highest level by him. These water-style ninjutsu are just some basic skills, but in some places, these basic skills can still play some special roles. The Third Ninja World War has begun, and it's time. Rumble. At this moment, there was a sudden violent roar from outside the cave, along with several screams. Hey, this kind of chakra. Yi Qing's eyes condensed, carefully perceiving this chakra, his figure flashed, and instantly disappeared in the cave and appeared outside. Sure enough, on the edge of this small island, a huge monster with a height of more than 10 meters was roaring frantically, and the fierce water flow shrouded its side, raging frantically. And around this monster, there are more than 30 ninjas wearing uniform costumes and forehead protectors. They are trying their best to attack, intending to catch this monster. The appearance of this monster is very ugly. It looks like a huge tortoise, with sharp bone spurs 2 to 3 meters long growing on its back, and 3 scaly tails more than 10 meters long behind it, waving wildly, set off a raging stormy sea. This is Three Tails Isojo. Yi Qing was a little surprised. At this moment, the huge monster that appeared in front of him and fought against these dozens of Jonin turned out to be another of the 9-tailed beasts. Three Tails Isojo. Why is Three Tails Iso here? It's not being. When he was wondering why Three Tails Jida was here, Yi Qing's eyes suddenly lit up and suddenly remembered. In the original plot, Three Tails was first sealed in Nohara Lin by the ninja of Kurigakure, the country of water, and prepared to take it to Konoha for release as a secret weapon. However, what they didn't know was that Kurigakure had already been controlled by Uchiha Madara at the time, and Lin Lin's heart was also cursed by him so that Lin Lin could not hurt herself. In desperation, Nohara Lin voluntarily was pierced by Hitaki Kakashi and died. Three Tails Iso disappeared, and later became the Tail Beast in 4th Mizukage Yagura. The bottom line is that these are actually rounds set by Uchiha Madara to control Uchiha Obito. He wants Uchiha Obito to see with his own eyes that his best friend killed his favorite woman with his own hands. Only in this way, Uchiha Obito, who has always been in the light and dreamed of becoming Hokage, will step into the darkness and become a pawn for his resurrection. According to the plot, the Third Ninja War has just begun at this time, and Uchiha Obito Nohara Lin and others died in the middle of the Third Ninja War, and the Iwagakure ninja died during the Battle of the Shinsabi Bridge. For a period of time. At this time, Uchiha Madara should still be hidden under the Shinwubi Bridge, waiting for the day when it will re-emerge. Looking at the battle between Jonin of Kurigakure and Three Tails, Yi Qing slowly recalled. It seems that Kurigakure's ninja has already discovered the traces of Three Tails Isofu. At this time, it should be captured. After the capture is successful, it will be sealed in Nohara Lin's body, so as to let Nohara Lin go back to Konoha and release the Tail Beast. However, when they sealed the Three Tails Iso into Nohara Lin's body, they were discovered by Uchiha Madara. In order to make Uchiha Obito their own person, they set a special curse in Nohara Lin's body, causing Minato Class 2. People turn against each other. Thinking of this, Yi Qing's eyes fixed on Three Tails Ji Da's huge body. A sneer appeared at the corner of his mouth, and he said faintly, I can't find a place to step through my iron shoes. It takes no effort at all. I wanted to collect the 9 big-tailed beasts one by one, but I didn't expect to meet another one here. Since I came across, it is mine. Thinking of this, Yi Qing didn't hesitate, but with a flash of figure, he rushed towards Three Tails Iso and the 30-odd Kurigakure Jonin. As for Uchiha Madara's plan, the 4th ninja war in the future, what does Yi Qing do with me? Boom. Boom. In the distance, the battle to capture the Three Tails is still going on. More than 30 Jonin surrounded the Three Tails, and the water flow after another turned into a monster water bomb and smashed at Three Tails. However, Three Tails Iso, who has a hard shell, has no dodge in the face of these water-style ninjutsu. Just a shell with barbed thorns can make these Kurigakure Jonins return without success. As soon as Yi Qing appeared, he was discovered by Kurigakure's ninjas. One of them quickly left the battlefield and blocked Yi Qing's side. Kurigakure work, don't want to die. Get out. The strength of this Kurigakure Jonin is obviously stronger than that of Jonin from Xingyan village and Takiyan village. His eyes are cold and sharp, and his body is filled with a bloody atmosphere. He doesn't know how much blood he has in his hands. As soon as the voice fell, this Kurigakure Jonin shook his hand directly, and 3 shurikens flashing with cold light shot at Yi Qing whistling. Looking at the kunai from these 3 lacing shots, Yi Qing stared directly at him, and a wave surged out of him. With his body as the center, there was even a stagnation in the distance of 100 meters. Status. As for the 3 kunai, they actually stopped in the air strangely, as if there was a big illusory hand holding them firmly in the hand. This ability is actually a special ability produced by Shenluo Tianzhong and Universal Pull after they have reached the full level, similar to gravitational force or other abilities, which can control task objects according to their own ideas. In the original plot, when Pen destroys Konoha, he can not only display the super powerful ninjutsu that can destroy the entire Konohagakure in an instant, but also control a screw to shoot Hitaki's 5/5 micro. The ability to exercise is all a special application of these 2 abilities. Until now, Yi Qing can also rely on this ability to attack and defend. What kind of ability is this? Kurigakure Jonin, who stood in front of Yi Qing, looked astonished, staring at the kunai who was stagnant in the air in shock. This is the first time he has seen this ability to control Kuwu in the air. However, this Kurigakure Jonin is a man who has experienced many battles after all. When he discovered this situation for the first time, even the boy in white Byakugan in front of him was difficult to deal with. He immediately stepped back and his hands began to knot. Print. Water-style Great Falls. However, his figure was still in the air, and the Yin-Ju in his hand had not been fully displayed, and Yi Qing suddenly stretched out his right hand and waved it gently at him. 3 consecutive air-breaking sounds sounded from the air, and almost in the next second, I saw the whole body of the Kurigakure Jonin trembled in midair, and his whole body fell backward. Not only that, but 3 clusters of blood shot out directly from his body, splashing all over the water. With a puff, the corpse of Kurigakure Jonin fell directly into the water and drifted with the flow. Water breeze. Shufeng was killed. Who the hell are you? Enemy attack. Enemy attack. Several exclamations sounded, as the Kurigakure ninja was killed, and the other Kurigakure ninjas who were still besieging Three Tails Iso immediately discovered what happened here, and several people rushed up quickly. Minato is out of breath. Kurigakure Jonin, the first blood-filled Kurigakure Jonin, supported Shui Feng's corpse, and after probing his breath, his eyes were directly filled with hatred when he looked at Yi Qing. Go. Kill him. With a cold drink, the surrounding Kurigakure Jonin immediately touched the surface of the water and rushed straight towards Yi Qing with the 2 of them. The other few people, however, detoured an arc from the left and right sides, and killed them towards Yi Qing. When they rushed halfway, they saw that these people were making their hands almost at the same time, and a large number of chakras rushed towards their feet frantically. Water-style Water Dragon Bomb Technique. Water-style Water Dragon Bomb Technique. Water-style Water Dragon Bomb Technique. Boom. With the seals in the hands of these Kurigakure Jonin, there were more than a dozen strange pythons that were more than 10 meters long and consisted of a large amount of sea water, rushing towards Yi Qing frantically. Although water-style water dragon bomb technique is only B-level ninjutsu, its attack power is no less than ordinary A-level ninjutsu, and its casting speed is 3 points faster than ordinary A-level ninjutsu, so it has become a lot of water-style ninjas the first choice for ninjutsu. In addition, a few of them are now standing on the sea, which is the home ground of water-style ninja. Boom! 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 Accompanied by bursts of violent roars, there were more than a dozen strange pythons composed entirely of water, roaring towards Yi Qing. Looking from a distance, almost all the seawater in this sea area was rolled up by these dozens of same ninjutsu, stirring frantically. Dare to kill me Kurigakur ninja, today, I will tear you to pieces. The head Kurigakur Jonin looked at Yi Qing viciously, and said angrily. However, the wind and rain in the sky blocked his sight, and in a place he couldn't see, he saw Yi Qing facing these dozen strange pythons, without a trace of fear at all. At this time, he is not afraid of any ninjutsu attacks at all. Roar! Boom! With a roar, the water dragon closest to Yi Qing rushed to his head, biting him viciously. Ninjutsu! A faint mocking sound sounded, but when Yi Qing lightly a hand, Rinnegan on the palm of his right hand exudes a scarlet light. Facing this scarlet light, it was originally a water dragon bomb composed of water and chakra, and a hint of fear appeared on the vague expression. Ohm! A weird wave of sound came, but with the shining of this scarlet light, this water dragon was directly sucked in by Rinnegan in Yi Qing's right hand. Ninjutsu absorption. With a secret drink, endless attraction suddenly poured out from Yi Qing's right hand. The dozen or so water dragons that had covered the world were all attracted by this attraction, frantically closing in on his right hand. Rushed. Looking from a distance, it seemed as if a wind eye appeared between the sky and the earth, trapping the dozens of water dragons around them all together, stirring them frantically. What kind of ninjutsu is this? Never seen it. Is the blood successor boundary? Our ninjutsu was swallowed by him. Three Tails Rocky. Three Tails Rocky is going to run. Get around him. Quick. Get close to him. This kid can absorb ninjutsu and kill him with physical skills. Kill. Several exclamations sounded one after another, and immediately there were more than a dozen figures. They abandoned the intention of continuing to attack with ninjutsu, took out the ninja bag or the samurai sword, and stepped on the rough sea with extremely fast speed. Rushed towards Yi Qing. At this moment, the dozens of water dragons that were madly raging on the sea have disappeared, replaced by Yi Qing, whose breath is soaring. He looked at more than a dozen Kurigakur ninjas who were killing him, and the smile on the corner of his mouth became even more disdainful. Afterwards, I saw him facing the sky with his left hand, and the dozen or so water-style water dragon bomb techniques that he had just absorbed by his right hand. Rinnegan rushed towards his left hand frantically, and his aura gradually increased. When the breath climbed to the highest peak, Yi Qing's left hand suddenly grabbed towards the sky, and gave a secret cry. Gao Huang Chan Lingzhen. Ohm. After the dozens of water-style water dragon bombs have been increased by Yi Qing's left hand Rinnegan, their power has reached an incredible power. I saw a huge water dragon with a length of nearly 100 meters and a thickness of more than 10 feet, suddenly gushing out of Yi Qing's body, and flying toward the sky suddenly. What kind of ninjutsu is this? What a big water dragon bomb! What does he want to do? Several exclamations sounded, among the unbelievable gazes of a dozen Kurigakur Jonin around. The water dragon, which was more than 100 meters long, slowly turned the faucet and banged directly at the sponge after rushing to the sky. Go down. Rumble rumbling. Boom. With the bombardment of this huge water dragon over 100 meters long, the entire sponge made a deafening roar as if it had been thrown into a huge meteorite. The sea is rolling, the waves are turbulent, and countless water dragons are rolling on the sponge, stirring up huge waves tens of meters high, surging in all directions. On the sea, not only the 30-odd Kurigakur ninjas, but also Three Tails Iso, are drifting along with the waves before this natural disaster like the mighty power of the world, unable to control their bodies at all. What's more terrifying is that at the moment the water dragon over 100 meters long hits the sea, the dozen Kurigakur Jonin closest to Yi Qing have been smashed into groups of flesh and blood, accompanied by the tumbling of the waves. Move. At this moment, he also gained millions of experience points, and his level was directly raised to level 260. Who is he? This kind of water-style ninjutsu, even Master 4th Hokage, can't perform it. Quickly retreat. Quickly retreat. Give up the mission. Shut up. Catching the tail beast is our hidden village's essence mission, and we must never give up. Send a team to haunt that kid, and the rest will seal 3 tails at speed. Ah! That kid is here. Accompanied by several panic-stricken shouts, the remaining dozen Kurigakure Jonin immediately divided into 2 camps. People in one camp want to retreat quickly to save their lives. But the other part of the ninja stubbornly wanted to complete the mission of the village. With an angry shout, the headed Jonin was already wounded all over his body at this time, but still stood stubbornly in front of Yi Qing, and at the same time his hands were sealed with his companion behind him. Water-style mist shinobi technique. Water-style mist shinobi technique. Water-style mist shinobi technique. Several cold shouts rang again, and the remaining dozen Kurigakure Jonin all chose this auxiliary ninjutsu, hoping to confuse Yi Qing and let them hurry to complete the task. Unfortunately, what they don't know is that Yi Qing's eyes are Byakugan, who claims to be able to see through anything. Not to mention the fog full of the sea, even if they are hidden underground, they can't escape Yi Qing's pair of Byakugan. Accompanied by these dozens of Jonin's ninjutsu, the entire sea was covered with thick mist in an instant, and even a puddle of liquid water formed in some places, constantly dripping. The huge waves roared and the waves were raging, but they still couldn't stop the thick fog. Fog. Yi Qing's eyes suddenly became cold, stretched out his right hand, and grabbed it in the direction of the fog ahead. 5 elements circulation ice. With a cold drink, something strange happened. However, there was a strange buzzing sound from the mist that originally filled the entire sea, and tiny icicles suddenly appeared in the air, instantly occupying the entire sea. The air on the entire sea suddenly dropped more than 10 degrees, and countless icicles occupied the place originally occupied by the fog, densely and endlessly. Looking around, ice of various lengths appeared on almost the entire surface of the sea. Under the sun's shining, it looked colorful and very gorgeous. Not only that, the entire sponge suddenly turned into a piece of ice, and it continued to rush toward the depths of the ocean. Almost in an instant, the sea area within several kilometers in front of Yi Qing's eyes turned into a world of ice and snow at this moment. What kind of ninjutsu is this? Ah! How can these mists suddenly turn into ice cubes? Look! 3 tails ISO is frozen in the sea too. Don't move. Don't move. These ice blades. There were a few more exclamations, and I saw that on the surface of the sea, the dozen Kurigakure ninjas had been wrapped in countless ice. At a distance of less than 100 meters in front of Yi Qing, there are also 2 Jonin holding decapitation knives, obviously wanting to use the fog to approach Yi Qing, and then assassin. It's a pity that they never thought that Yi Qing's strength was so strong. With just a beacon, the sea area within a radius of tens of miles has become a world of ice and snow. Yi Qing owns the blood of the Otsutsuki clan, is born to master the 5 attributes of chakra, and is the grand master of its nature transformation. In addition, there is the chakra change of yin and yang attributes. In addition, Yi Qing has already raised the 5 elements circulation skill to the full level at this time. As long as chakra is enough, he can even turn the entire ocean into a world of ice and snow. Looking at these Kurigakure ninjas trapped in the ice, Yi Qing's eyes did not fluctuate. These ninjas have been completely trapped by the ice, and they can be pierced by countless sharp ice blades whenever they move. They are scared that they dare not move at all. Die. With a secret cry, Yi Qing stretched out his right hand again and grabbed it forward. Boom. Boom. A burst of roar suddenly came, and a series of explosions suddenly spread towards the front with Yi Qing's body as a primer, and almost occupied the entire sea surface in an instant. The sea exploded, and countless pieces of fine and hard ice flew around, surging crazily. These dozens of Kurigakure Jonin had no room to escape, they were directly blown up into blood foam and dispersed in the air. Almost for another instant, the sky of ice disappeared, replaced by the sky of mist. However, the difference is that the previous mist was the mist produced by a dozen Kurigakure Jonin teaming up to perform the water-style mist shinobi technique. But now, this kind of mist is completely composed of extremely fine ice, and its temperature is extremely extreme. As for the last dozen Jonin of Kurigakure, they have turned into a bloody mist and died. Huh, how many more books of ninjutsu skills? Yi Qing's eyes lit up, and he saw that there were a few skills that sparkled with light blue slaps in the place where more than 30 Kurigakure Jonin died. With a wave of his hand, these skill books, which are extremely precious to other players, were taken back into the space, and Yi Qing floated forward again. In front of him, an ice sculpture of a tortoise that was 10 meters high and covered with huge bone spurs stood in front of him. Not only did this trick kill more than 30 Kurigakure Jonin in seconds, but also Three Tails Isojo was frozen into an ice sculpture. Crack. Kaka. Kakaka. Suddenly, a piercing sound of breaking sounded in Yi Qing's ears, and the ice sculpture, which was like a small mountain, suddenly shattered, and a huge beast rushed out of it. Roar. Boom. There was a violent roar, but the iceberg that trapped Three Tails Jizan exploded directly from the middle. Numerous ice cubes and currents shot in all directions, almost forming a line of ice on the surface of the sea. The fireworks are average. Facing this explosion, Yi Qing did not make any movements, but saw that the ice slag and water vapor rushing in front of his eyes all stagnated in front of him, as if controlled by a pair of invisible big hands. With a wave of his hand, the ice slag and ice cubes almost all over the sea surface slowly fell to the ground, splashing a lot of ice mist. Three Tails Isao. Looking at this huge turtle-like tail beast, Yi Qing said lightly. As a tail beast, you should all have your own consciousness. Give you a chance, surrender. Roar. Before Yi Qing's voice fell, I saw Three Tails Jida suddenly open his huge mouth, and with a roar, a thick water tank suddenly appeared from Three Tails Jida's mouth and shot towards Yi Qing. This stream of water was caused by Three Tails Jidao's anger, and there were even bursts of piercing sound in the air. In addition, this is the sea, and it is also the home of Three Tails Iso. Along with this current, several water columns appeared in the surrounding sea, smashing towards Yi Qing with head and face. Stubborn. There was a trace of killing intent in Yi Qing's eyes, stretched out his hand and grabbed. Rinnegan on the palm of his right hand flashed a strange wave again. Three Tails Jida's pair of miserable green eyes also appeared a touch of surprise. The sky full of water was completely absorbed by Yi Qing's right hand again, and there was no drop left. Wow! With a roar, Three Tails Jida's huge body suddenly turned up, and his two front paws slammed into the ground with infinite distance. Boom! With a loud bang, I saw that Yi Qing used chakra nature transformation to turn into a piece of icy seawater. Suddenly layers of cracks appeared, and they continued to spread toward the seabed. Want to run? Yi Qing's eyes lit up, and he knew Three Tails' intentions for the first time. Chakra in his body was flowing, and Rinnegan in his left hand flashed a wave again. Gao Huang Chan Ling Zun. With a secret drink, he saw an extremely violent water flow from his left hand suddenly, forming a water current that was larger than the water that was sprayed by Three Tails Jida before, and it blasted directly toward Three Tails Jida. Boom! This stream was nearly 100 meters thick, almost obscuring the sky, covering the area of Three Tails with a radius of nearly 100 meters, and smashed it down fiercely. Wow! Facing this fierce water current, Three Tails Ji didn't care about it, but relied on its own hard shell to resist the water current, and his two front paws slammed down again. Boom! 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 There were three violent roars in a row. With the help of his huge body of more than a dozen tons and the huge power contained in himself, Three Tails Iso finally made a big hole in the frozen sea. It is tens of meters deep. Wow! Crack! Boom! Three Tails Jijiao's huge body leapt down suddenly, and smashed the surrounding ice into cracks, and plunged into the sea embarrassedly. In addition to being a tailed beast, Three Tails is also a turtle. Its origin is the water attribute chakra, and it is naturally close to the sea and lakes. As long as he can get into the ocean, even if tens of thousands of ninjas are dispatched, he can never be caught. After all, ninjas can only run on the sea, but they cannot dive into the sea to fight. Ha ha ha. Yi Qing on the sea suddenly heard a low sneer. Since he saw Three Tails, how could he let him escape so easily? He slowly stretched out his right hand, and as Rinnegan's right palm fluctuated, a black ball exuding an extremely dangerous atmosphere suddenly appeared in his hand. The heart moved with his thoughts, and the chakra in Yi Qing's body suddenly surged towards his right hand. The black ball floating on the palm of his right hand slowly expanded, and then turned into a purple-black circle completely composed of gravity. Ball. Three Tails Rocky. Even if you escape to the end of the world, you can't escape the palm of my hand. Looking at the sound of waves coming from the entrance of the cave, Yi Qing said lightly. After that, Yi Qing's right hand gently sent it, and the black ball rushed towards the sky at a speed that seemed slow but extremely fast. And Yi Qing himself put his hands together and suddenly used force. Planetary devastation. Drink. Ohm. Buzz. Buzzing. A wave of weird waves suddenly came from the sky, and the black ball in midair suddenly appeared attractive at a distance, rushing towards the seawater below. Kaka. Puff boom boom boom. Wow. The roar of falling rocks, the clicking sound of ice breaking and the surging flapping sound of seawater, continued to sound in this sea area. On the small island not far from Yi Qing and Three Tails, a violent earthquake occurred directly. The ground cracked and the rocks collapsed, and a large number of huge rock forests were all attracted by the ball in the sky. Slowly rose to the sky. In addition, the ice and snow world formed by Yi Qing and Chakra's interest changes, the huge ice block tens of meters thick, was also dragged into the sky. Here is the sea, the most important thing is seawater. If it is said that the ice layer of the small island can still be supported for a few seconds under the drag of this attraction, then the seawater underneath it will not even react at all, and it will directly flow back to the sky, surging. Looking from a distance, in the entire sky of this sea area, there seemed to be a chaotic and weird curtain. A large number of rocks, forests, ice and sea water were hung upside down between the sky and the earth, all centered on the black sphere in midair, slowly being attracted up and condensed together. In the original plot, planetary devastation is the nemesis of almost all Jinchuriki tail beasts, and the strongest sealing technique for sealing tail beasts. Thousands of years ago, when 10 tails rioted, Otsutsuki Hagoromo and Otsutsuki Hamura joined forces and sealed it with planetary devastation, which is now the moon standing in space. Even at the end of the Fourth Ninja World War, the two pillars, which had soared in strength, could display 9 planetary devastation in an instant, sealing 9 weak tail beasts at the same time. Wow! But within 10 seconds, a panic roar suddenly came from the bottom of the sea. A huge figure, attracted by the infinite attraction of planetary devastation, slowly rushed out of the ground. Wow! At this time, Three Tails Iso was embarrassed, but there were not many injuries on his body. Although it had been entangled with Kurigakure's more than 30 Jonin for a long time, but with its own hard shell, those ninjas couldn't take advantage of it. When fighting Yi Qing, he saw Yi Qing's ability to easily kill those ninjas and turn a sea into a world of ice and snow, as well as the special ability to absorb ninjutsu and then counterattack back, which made Three Tails feel excited, be terrified. They are tail beasts, but not fools. Although each tail beast is easily provoked and falls into rage easily, they all possess wisdom that is no less than that of human beings. Otherwise, there would not be so many Jinchuriki in this world, they would have been torn to pieces by the tail beast. In other words, after Three Tails realized the power of Yi Qing, he ran away unceremoniously. However, Three Tails Jida did not expect that the man in white Byakugan's strange breath would have the natural killer seal of their tail beast. Wait a minute. Byakugan in white, firstborn with double horns, how is this image so similar to the old man? Three Tails, who was hanging upside down in midair, suddenly trembled with turbid green eyes, staring at Yi Qing floating in midair. A picture of a dusty mind for thousands of years, suddenly appeared in front of them. That was thousands of years ago, when they were just born, all of them were little tail beasts. The old man who separated them was regarded by them as a father-like existence. How similar it was to the young man in front of him. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Creator of Ninja World. Sage of Six Paths. Could it be that someone from that family is here? Three Tails Gigi suddenly trembled in his heart. As a tail beast, he was a creature that had lived from the time of Sage of Six Paths to the present, and he had more or less understanding of the events of that period. That's about the origin of the Otsutsuki clan. Wow! Feeling the fear in his heart, Three Tails roared, and chakra all over his body suddenly soared wildly, almost forming a blood-red windbreaker in front of him, covering it completely. Afterwards, he opened his mouth, and the endless chakras gathered in his mouth. The black and white yin and yang attribute chakra condensed crazily, and soon a tailed beast bomb the size of a basketball was formed in his mouth. Wow! There was another roar, and the tailed beast bomb in Three Tails' mouth suddenly flashed a bright light, turning into a laser-like chakra cannon, blasting into the midair that was as large as a hesitant meteorite. Solid sphere. A series of piercing air and bombing sounds suddenly sounded in this sea area, and the dazzling explosion light and the bright blood-red light of tailed beast bomb directly dyed the entire sea area into a blood red. Three Tails is floating in midair, with his body stepping on a huge rock, a dozen tail beast cannons containing huge energy, bursting out of his mouth one after another, intending to smash the solid ball. It is a pity that this move, planetary devastation, is the natural nemesis of their tail beast. No matter how powerful its tail beast cannon is, it can only smash the outer stone ball into pieces, and cannot destroy the gravitational energy source in the center at all. Looking at Three Tails, who had already started desperately, Yi Qing's expression did not change, but a series of thoughts appeared in his heart. In the original plot, any tail beast Jinchuriki will have a combat power comparable to the elite Jonin and even the Shadow. When the members of Akatsuki group catch the tail beasts, they usually work in groups of two, although it does not mean that Jinchuriki is stronger than the two Akatsuki members. However, this undoubtedly shows that Akatsuki's fancy for Jinchuriki and Tailman. Only two Cage-level characters can make sure that the capture of Jinchuriki or the tail beast is successful. Even when the Eagle team led by Sasuke captured 8 Tails, they were directly tortured and killed by 8 Tails. Had it not been for 8 Tails Jinchuriki Killer Bee who wanted to take this opportunity to go out and play, they used a fish tail to trick Sasuke and others. Then, Urzuzi, the Eagle team that took great pains to build, will definitely die halfway. In addition to him, Chong Wugui Dang Shui Yu Shang Fa, these 3 people will undoubtedly die. In general, Jinchuriki limits the strength of the tail beast. If the tail beast is not restricted by Jinchuriki, its strength is at least Cage level. This is why he was so relaxed when he caught the 7 Tails beast Jinchuriki. And now, in order to capture 3 Tails Isoria in the wild, even planetary devastation has been displayed. At this time, 3 Tails in the wild state is obviously better than 7 Tails Jinchuriki in the state of Jinchuriki. Wow! There was another stern roar, and a dozen tail beast cannons in a row could only cause some damage to the stone ball on the surface of the planetary devastation. 3 Tails, who was a little frightened in his heart, fell directly into anger. The mouth of the tortoise grew bigger and bigger, and a large amount of blood-red chakra condensed, and another tailed beast bomb condensed in his mouth. However, this tailed beast bomb obviously consumes more chakra, not only the size, but also the gloss is stronger than the previous one. In addition, with the formation of this tailed beast bomb, the breadth of his whole body suddenly increased by 3 points. Wow! With this roar, the completely black-tailed beast bomb suddenly turned into an electric light, and immediately blasted fiercely on the planetary devastation in the air. Boom! Rumble rumbling. There were countless violent roars, and with the movements of 3 Tails, the stone ball in midair suddenly heard violent roars. In addition, a large amount of dazzling flame light suddenly gushed out of the air, splashing in all directions, like a volcanic eruption. This tailed beast bomb smashed at least nearly 1/3 of the scale of planetary devastation. It's a pity that 3 Tails was so shocked that his strongest attack, blasting above the planetary devastation, still didn't stop it from being attractive. On the contrary, this attraction is getting stronger and stronger. Even the magma of the rock that had just exploded and sputtered, and even the flame, was attracted by this attraction and rushed towards the huge stone ball. Are you poor? Looking at 3 Tails who is still struggling frantically in the air, Yi Qing said lightly. Afterwards, there was a strange wave of fluctuations from the palm of his right hand, Rinnegan, and he waved his hand. In the open space in front of him, hundreds of black iron rods exuding an icy atmosphere appeared in an instant. Yin and Yang escape. Truth-seeking ball. Go. Woo. Whizzing. Swish swish. There was a sound of breaking through the air, and I saw that there were hundreds of black iron rods formed entirely of truth-seeking ball, shining with cold light, cutting through the sky, directly towards the 3 Tails in midair. Rush hard. Boom. Boom. Puff. Wow. The chaotic sound kept coming, and the black rods formed by these hundreds of truth-seeking balls exploded directly after hitting the boulder ice in midair, setting off rounds of roars. In addition, at least half of the black iron rods were inserted directly into Three Tails Iso's body, so easily. It's as if Three Tails G's iron shell is extremely hard. Under the attack of these hundreds of black iron rods, it is as fragile as white paper. Wow! Wow! The pain struck, and a series of miserable roars came from Three Tails Jida's mouth. A large number of black iron rods were inserted into Three Tails Jida's abdomen. After all, that place was the most vulnerable part of its body. What's more, a few black iron rods traversed Three Tails Iso's neck directly, and a lot of blood continued to shoot out. In an instant, Three Tails' huge body was filled with black iron rods, just like a huge hedgehog. The black iron rods that were inserted all over the body of Three Tails were transformed from truth-seeking ball, and they possessed the power to suppress all chakras. Under the influence of these truth-seeking balls, the chakra of Three Tails Iso's body was suppressed by it, and it couldn't work at all. At this time, Three Tails Ishigami has become a strange-looking tortoise. Rumbling. There was another violent roar, and I saw the huge attraction of planetary devastation once again. Three Tails made of chakra was slowly sucked up. No matter how hard it struggles, it can't get rid of this attraction force. But in more than 10 seconds, Three Tails Jijiao's huge body was already submerged in that huge solid stone ball. Ding dong! Congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Ching for sealing one of the 9 big-tailed beasts, Three Tails Iso, and gaining experience points. Ding dong! Congratulations to player Otsutsuki Yi Ching for upgrading. Level 290. Ding dong! Congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Ching for sealing one of the 9 big-tailed beasts, Three Tails Iso, you will get 1 million merit points. Ding dong! Congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Ching for sealing one of the 9 big-tailed beasts, Three Tails Iso, you will get 1 million taels of gold. Ding dong! Congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Ching for sealing one of the 9 big-tailed beasts, Three Tails Iso, this matter will be recorded in the history of the Hokage ninja world, and it will last forever. Listening to the system prompts coming from her ears, Yi Ching did not experience any psychological fluctuations. After a few minutes, a huge solid stone ball with a diameter of more than 100 meters appeared on the sea, like a small meteorite. Boom! The roar of the waves kept coming. The small island before it had disappeared. It was replaced by turbulent undercurrents, with whirlpools appearing from time to time, which was very dangerous. With a wave of his hand, a gravitational force rushed out, directly grabbing the solid conceited ball floating in the air, and moving slowly in the direction of the mainland. This battle didn't last long, but in a world with extraordinary powers like ninjutsu, it was quickly discovered. The ability to perceive ninjutsu's various pupil skills and control the ninjutsu. Once a war breaks out in a certain place, it will soon spread throughout the entire ninjutsu world. Shortly after Yi Ching left, several figures appeared in this area. And farther away, there are still many ninjas who are rushing. This kind of breath is the chakra breath of Lord Ghost Lantern Lengyu. But, what about people? There are a total of 3 ninjas first to appear here, which is obviously the standard equipment of a ninja squad. In addition, these 3 ninjas all have the same forehead protector on their foreheads. They are the ninjas of Kurigakure, Water Country. The 3 of them obviously followed the group of Kurigakure ninjas who had captured Three Tails Iso. When they saw the miserable image of this sea area, their expressions changed slightly. Master Ghost Lamp Lengyu accepted Master Mizukage's order to arrest Three Tails Iso. Could something happen? Impossible. Lord Ghost Lantern Lengyu led 32 ninjas, of which Jonin has more than a dozen. Even if I can't beat Three Tails Iso, it is easy to escape. Their breath has disappeared, it is very likely that they will be killed. And Three Tails Isodom. It also disappeared. Three Tails Isao escaped from my Kurigakure, and I must not let other villages get it. Look. There are dead bodies. It's my Kurigakure Anbu member, I've seen him before. And Jonin from the Ghost Lantern clan. And Shufeng them. It seems all dead. Who the hell is it? It definitely won't be Three Tails Iso. Three Tails Isao is also missing. There is the chakra breath of other ninjas in that direction. Follow them up. I will return to Kurigakure and report to Master Mizukage. Yes, Captain. These 3 people, obviously experienced in battle, surveyed the surrounding environment and discovered that the mission of capturing Three Tails Isoji had failed, and all the ninjas who came to capture were killed. Acting decisively, immediately under the leadership of a perception ninja, hung far behind Yi Qing to track. The other person quickly returned to Kurigakure, the country of water, and promised to report the matter to Mizukage. Kurigakure, the country of water, has 2-tail beasts, 3 tails and 6 tails. If known to other hidden villages, 3 tails is lost by Kurigakure. At this time, it was the Third Ninja World War, and a series of chain reactions were likely to occur. Kurigakure, you must be prepared. Shortly after the 3 people left, another dark figure slowly floated out of the deep sea in this area. Although this figure is in human form, it is not human-like, as if it was just a monster pinched out of a piece of black mud. This black figure has been hidden in the ninja world for a long time, intending to resurrect his mother, Otsutsuki Kagaya's Black Zetsu. Yi Qing caught the huge movement of 3 tails and finally attracted this old monster. That boy, why is it so similar to his mother? Byakugan's double horns, and those pupils that are very similar to Rinnegan. Could it be that this boy is, from the Otsutsuki clan? Why did they come to this world so soon? The plan must be advanced. World announcement. World announcement. Congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for sealing one of the 9 big-tailed beasts, 3 tails ISO, and receiving a series of rewards. This event will be recorded in the history of the Hokage ninja world, and it will last forever. World announcement. World announcement. Congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for sealing one of the 9 big-tailed beasts, 3 tails Isoda. World announcement. World announcement. Congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for sealing one of the 9 big-tailed beasts, 3 tails Isoda. Just as Yi Qing sealed the 3 tails Jijiao, hundreds of kilometers away, the battlefield of the 2 countries, and around Kikyo Mountain, countless players set off another wave of discussions. The ninjas of Konohagakure and Sunagakure have been fighting around Kikyo Mountain for a week, and the entire mountain peak has been changing hands between the 2 hidden villages. However, overall, Konohagakure still occupies a certain advantage. Although Namikaze Minato's strength has not yet reached Kage level at this time, he can remain invincible on the battlefield with the Flying Thunder God technique alone. Moreover, in addition to the fact that several large forces have chosen Konohagakure's major families, even the overall strength of the players is higher than that of Sunagakure players. Senju Uchiha Hyuga Sarutobi Yamanaka Nara Akamaiki Inazuka Aburame and so on. The Konoha family with blood inheritance limits and special secrets, there are countless players joining. Among them, the players who can successfully complete the quest of the Senju clan and Uchiha clan to join the clan, each clan can be worth only 10 people. But compared to these 20 players, their overall strength far exceeds that of other players. However, when the world announcement sounded again, the players on the entire battlefield were stunned again, and it was another crazy argument. The second head and tail beast, this Otsutsuki Yi Qing disappeared for a few days, and gave an anecdote as soon as it came out. 7 tails Chome. 3 tails Chome. Is it really like those big guys say, there are 9-headed beasts? What the hell is the tail beast? Why does the system keep making world announcements? You can treat the tail beast as a world boss. I've watched the video of Yi Qing God tier defeating 7 tails Chome, it's so handsome. Otsutsuki Yi Qing is already at level 290, and he will be at Jonin level soon. Second place Senju Luo Tien is only more than 150 levels. The other players on the ranking list have similar levels. Sunagakure's trash is here again, come on. Kill. Kill people to earn points. The battlefield is indeed a good place to upgrade. There are so many humanoid bosses. Boom. There was a violent roar, and I saw a large number of Sunagakure ninjas on the other side of the mountain, roaring towards Konoha's position. In addition, hundreds of indigenous ninjas appeared behind them, following them. Kill. Several Konoha ninjas also appeared in the clearing of the Konoha camp. With a cold shout, countless players flooded up like a tide. Among this group of players, there is a Konoha shinobi wearing a green vest ninja costume and Konoha forehead protector. His eyes are burning with flames, and his figure is much faster than other players. He soon approached Sunagakure. Players. This person is Senju Luo Tien, who is ranked second in the ranking. Since being easily killed by Yi Qing, Senju Luo Tian has regarded Otsutsuki Yi Qing as an opponent he must surpass in this life. In every battle, he will take the lead, and his level will rise extremely fast. In addition, as a member of the Senju clan, he was favored by Jonin, a figure in the clan and village, that some basic ninjutsu practice was very skillful and his level was quite high. However, he has always dreamed of obtaining the Senju family's blood succession boundary, the legendary Chunin world god, the wood style owned by Senju Hashirama, but he has never been able to obtain it. Wood style blood follows the limit. This blood succession boundary, in the entire Konohagakure, even the entire ninja realm, is also the strongest and omnipotent blood succession boundary. It is a pity that they can choose Senju players through the Senju family assessment task, and their basic attributes are only about half higher than ordinary players. As for the wood-style blood succession boundary, you can't even see the root hair. However, he has learned from secret sources that Orochimaru, one of Konohagakure known as Konoha Sanin, is conducting research on the forbidden technique, and it is very likely that there is a secret about the first Hokage Senju Hashirama wood-style blood inheritance boundary. It seems that I have to get in touch with Orochimaru-sama next. Thinking about this, Senju Luo Tian's speed was even faster, almost turned into a flash of lightning, and rushed into the Sunagakure group of players. With two kunai flying up and down in his hand, these Sunagakure players hardly have an enemy. As the killer king of the real world, killing these ordinary players is as easy as cutting melons and vegetables. Otsutsuki Yi Qing. Just as the two hidden villages of Konoha Sand Shinobi were fighting, several large powers hidden in the player group looked at each other after hearing the world announcement. In particular, he advocated to promote the war in the ninja world, using the means of killing Otsutsuki Yi Qing with the help of indigenous ninjas in various hidden villages, but because Otsutsuki Yi Qing disappeared, it was impossible to proceed. But now, Otsutsuki Yi Qing actually sealed the second head and tail beast. Where is he? Where did Otsutsuki Yi Qing go? I don't know, none of our spies in several other hidden villages has heard from. Three Tails ISO. According to previous information, this head and tail beast seems to belong to Kurigakure, right? Did you go to Kurigakure? Not sure, there is no news from Kurigakure. I have bought a few Jonin from the Uchiha clan. They are all masters who opened the Uchiha clan's blood inheritance limit. They will definitely kill Otsutsuki Yi Qing. The Uchiha clan. I also bought some masters from the Aburame clan. Very well, we had some contact with the adult from the Nara clan, and he promised to take care of us in this battle. Just as Kikyo Mountain was surrounded by the war again, behind the Sunagakure position, the wartime commander Baki, surrounded by several ninjas, welcomed an old monk in. Master Fenfu, thank you for being here. Baki took 2 steps forward and said sincerely. In these few days of battle, Konoha's offensive force was very strong, and Sunagakure's formation was precarious. In desperation, he could only ask the village for help. However, what I didn't expect was that the reinforcements sent by Sunagakure were actually this adult. Divide. Thanks for watching, please subscribe and support our channel.